Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab. It is Monday. That means it's time for the Lakers and the Nuggets. Just kidding. It is time for the Lakers and Nuggets. But we are watching Monday Night Raw, and it looks like Paul Heyman's starting it out over there, talking about the Uso Penitentiary. Sitting at home watching proud on television, watching his brother and their brother and their cousin being the new world champions at Saudi Arabia. That's what Paul Heyman's saying. That's probably not what's really going to happen, but it's wrestling, so you never know. But it would be weird if Roman had like 4 title belts, just toted them around. Ladies, gentlemen, and things that live in Pennsylvania, aliens. It's got to be aliens. Rollins! Oh, sorry, my chair opened. Thought I was going to die. Anyways, here comes Kevin Owens right now. Are they going to start the show off with that triple threat? Or not triple threat, 6-man tag team match? They did find a partner. Obviously, it's Riddle. Thought it would be somebody more exciting, but it's Riddle. We all know how good Riddle is. Riddle me this, riddle me that. And here comes Sammy. So they're going to bring Riddle out last? Is this going to be the tag match? Oh, or is it supposed to be a surprise? Maybe that's the main event, and this is the surprise. They're going to build to the main event. Anyways, show started out with Paul Heyman. He gave us some predictions or spoilers for the pay-per-view coming up this Saturday. Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa going to win the tag team championships. You're just not as good as us, Sammy tells Roman. So many opportunities that Roman gave him. At least he thinks he gave him opportunities. And then Sammy turned his back on the bloodline. Sammy's still on the island of relevancy because he's still working with the bloodline. But after this weekend, are they still going to do bloodline work? Or are they moving on with their story? Saturday afternoon, if you guys are in the States. Woo. Not supposed to have that on. Don't want music on there. Anybody out there watching the basketball stuff? You guys think the Lakers can come back from 3-0? And what's the Celtics series? Is it also 3-0 in Miami's favor? Ouch. Old Twinkie Tits bounced. All right, Sammy's talking now, so we're just having a big ol' talk fest to start this out. I know a lot of people are excited about that. Roman Reigns. You gotta love when there's just talking. So Sammy said everything he's had to say, he's said to Roman's face. Oh, Kevin wants to say something. To the Wild Samoans. Oh, that's funny. So Kevin Owens is dedicating the Usos' victory, or not the Usos' victory, their victory on Saturday to the Usos. Hi. It's like a weird snack. It's like 100 degrees in here. It's like gonna melt. Who this is? Oh, it's Emporium.
Emporium people.
Old Emporium. So I guess that tag match isn't happening first. Oh, no, it could still happen. That's who they're wrestling, is these three. And so Riddle's going to come out and even things up. I guess it's a surprise even though they announce it. Like if you read the Twitter sphere. Well, see, Riddle's not out there yet. And they're like, who's it going to be? We don't know who it's going to be. And then it'll be a surprise. People are going to be like, oh my God, it's Riddle. He's smoking weed.
Argus, go lay down, baby. Go lay down. Go lay down.
Go.
Argus, go. Go lay down.
Go. Not listening at all, are you?
Argus, go lay down.
All right, when's the Riddle music hit?
Good boy.
Oh, no music. He just came out.
Did you say hi to people?
I have not. I haven't even looked at a chat.
Hey, everybody in the chat. Sorry, it's a little bit late. I had to run an errand after work today, so I was a little bit late getting home. Looks like we have Sophie in here, Piccolo with us, John Sparklin is with us, Justin Martinez, Daz, Robert is with us tonight, Harley is out there, Chris Akani is with us as well. Hey guys, how are you doing? Quentin is with us. Hi, Quentin. How's it going?
Some good shit. So Emporium's leaving. So they're going to wrestle later. Okay.
Oh. They're like, well, we came out,
I was hoping
but now
they'd
we're
start
leaving.
the show
so
out with it. Oh, they're
fine.
coming back.
That's silliness.
So Gunther's getting beat up by Riddle. Right.
Yeah, except for...
Oh, they can't get him over.
But I think it should have been on purpose, but they shouldn't have been able to do anything, but they did.
He's supposed to be tough, but I guess he's not anymore. Old Gunther.
Yeah, something like that. Sophie earlier said, hi, people. That was an interesting start to Raw. Piccolo said Lakers and the Celtics are about to be swept.
Yeah,
John
both of them.
says, what you want to talk about now, Cody. Justin says, who is kicking off Raw tonight?
Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman did it.
And then we went into the, they talked about the Usos, obviously,
Oh.
and then Kevin and Sammy were out there, and then Imperium showed up, and then Riddle showed up to even the odds, and they're going to have a match later on.
Huh. Interesting. Justin says, I read that one. Sophie said Carmelo Anthony retired today. Daz says, big up. Who do you think will main event on Saturday?
Brock and Cody's my guess. But they still could go with the tag team championship match. But it would be weird to do a tag team match. But it is Roman, and it is the Bloodline. So I wouldn't be surprised if they main evented it.
John says, aliens. Robert's like, hey, what's up? Not much, Robert. How are you doing today? Piccolo says, oh, yeah, was he your favorite basketball player? Harley says, hello, everyone. And John says, might be Mustafa Ali. Piccolo says, couldn't stand him on the Knicks. Dad says, which one are you doing next week in AEW or NXT?
NXT. No, just kidding. We have to do AEW.
We're
but
doing
I would
AEW
rather do
next weekend.
NXT.
We're doing AEW next Sunday and WWE next Saturday is the pay-per-views that we're doing.
Isn't it this Saturday?
This next Saturday.
Yeah.
Whatever. This Saturday, this next Saturday, this Saturday.
Coming up.
Whatever you want to call it. John says Brock jumped Cody in the garage area. Might have Brock Cody hand. Piccolo says Gabbers, which newly drafted to the main roster superstar will be the next main eventer. I bet they'll probably try to throw that what's-his-face at us.
Bronson?
Cameron Grimes.
No, not as a main eventer. So you're talking about that came up from NXT?
Which newly drafted to the main roster
Okay.
superstar will be the next main eventer.
trying to think if there's somebody that's sticking out in my head. Grayson Waller could do something.
They're having a triple main event at that Night of Champions. History will be made.
I wonder what the other one is.
It's a triple main event.
Are they going to say the women are a main event too? They were like the third main event of that show. It's always classic when they do multiple main events.
Right. Chris says, hey, Travis and D. And Pico says, I'm hearing Cameron Grimes is getting high praise.
I'm trying to think if there's
Good for
any
me, I'm
women
still eating.
that showed up besides the one that's kind of buff.
Oh.
Because women have a better chance of becoming
It's
stars.
just those NXT tag team girls.
Yeah, they could definitely. If you want to call it main event, if you're a tag team champion, they could do it. Abba Fire and Isladon.
Yeah. Piccolo says, good for me, I'm still eating. Sweet, what you eating? So he says, poor Liv Morgan and Dakota Kai, they both got injured in the same match.
They did. Dakota's going to be out for like a year. She tore her ACL.
Yeah, that's what Sophie's saying next. Want to know where I was? Yep, I'm here now. Yay. Dakota Kai will be out up to 6 to 9 months, more likely a year, Sophie, but yeah, and is getting surgery for a torn ACL. Chris says, silly KO and Sammy should give tribute to their fellow Canadian Roddy Piper. Yes, he's Canadian playing Scotland. John says SummerSlam will be Roman and Solo versus the Usos. Justin Martinez says how to stop being nervous around your crush.
How do you?
Yes.
Confidence. You gotta have confidence.
Yes.
That's what it all boils down to. Can't be nervous if you're confident. So how do you become confident would be the question. Figure it out. Whatever you have to do to become more confident. Haircuts, shaving, mouthwash, Tic Tacs.
You don't treat them like they're your crush.
Yeah.
Chris says, here comes my boy Gunter. Pico said, I hear it's real serious. She might lose a leg. Dakota Kai.
Oh, Lord.
Pico, you're funny. Quentin says, we finally got a release date for AEW Fight Forever. It's on June 29th. Pico says, thanks for the update, Quentin.
Will there be an early release date, though, if you pre-order or anything?
Doubtful.
I doubt it also. I already pre-ordered it a while back.
I'm pretty sure we did, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. I just wasn't sure if you paid already or if they're going to charge when they send it. But for some reason, I thought you paid.
I thought when I went there, I paid for it, but we can always call and double check.
Right.
Pico says, thanks for the update, Quentin. Quentin says, Night of Champions starts this Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, it does.
John says, wow, couldn't even get him over the rope. Quentin
Yeah.
says, Mercedes Moné is injured.
Yeah, she got injured last night. Guess who she was wrestling? Willow Nightingale.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, they were up on the rope, like on the top rope in the corner.
Oh.
And she was standing, and Willow was on the ropes, and then she kind of went off backwards. And so when she hit the ground, I think she tore something. I don't know what her injury is, but it looked like it was a leg or a foot, an ankle, knee, hip, something. It was on her lower half. And then Willow fell back into the ring. But I don't know if she actually got hurt or not, because Willow looked like she got hurt too. But then, anyway, she won the match. And so she's the new champion.
Who?
Willow Nightingale.
Oh.
It's like the women's strong style.
Well, don't worry. I bet and I don't want people to get injured in this at all. Like, I may say that I want them to get injured, but I don't really want them injured. But don't worry. Miss Monet will make sure she uses this as an excuse to quit. Just so you know.
Quit.
And she'll blame the whole production that it's their fault as to why she got hurt. So we'll hear it. Don't worry. Anyways, Quinn's like Rampage starts this Saturday. Chris says, "DU glad Sasha Banks injured. I'm sure you're over the fucking moon." Not really. Walter's in the chat now. Says, "Hey Travis, hey Daphne, Raw looking good." Sophie says Seth versus AJ could also be the main event on Saturday. Walter says, "Too much good wrestling this weekend." Sophie says Seth is going to make history on Saturday because he competed for every inaugural championship during his WWE career. Vindicator is now in the chat. Says, hey, Gabsters, and he disagrees with Walter. Oh, no, he might have suffered a broken arm.
No information.
He don't got the info,
Does
man.
Cody have a broken arm? Is he going to
Does
be
he
able to
have a
perform
broken
this Saturday? We know that he's done it with a torn muscle in his chest.
Right?
But can he do it with a broken arm?
I don't know.
Without bones?
Without bones. It's all got freezer burn on it.
Bronson Reed coming down to the ring. And Ricochet. Oh, I'm like, I don't remember that. But Ali won because I was like, I thought it was just those two. I'm like, I thought Ali had won this, but.
Quentin says, Night of Champions starts this Saturday afternoon. Double or Nothing starts Sunday. Sophie says, poor Sasha Banks. I would care more about her if she was still with the WWE. Walter says, Picola, who's going to lose a leg? Dakota Kai.
Dakota.
Dakota Kai.
They have to amputate her head.
Sophie says Seth competed for the first NXT Championship and the Universal Championship. Walter says, so a lot of injuries in WWE. Sophie says, we don't know how long it will be out, though. Walter says, hey, Leopold Cat. And bye, Leopold Cat. Vindicator says, cause the wrestling is not that good, Walter. Pico says, right, I absolutely lost my stench when I cut off the facial hair. Gross. Chris says, I've also heard of a pity fuck where a P-star fucks a guy to make his day and give him confidence, but I call BS on that. Is that because it didn't happen to you, Chris? Is that why you call BS?
I've actually heard of that also, but that's definitely an extreme 1 in a million type thing, or 1 in a billion type thing.
We have Ricochet versus Bronson Reed, guys.
You'd have to be at the porn place in Vegas or whatever. Those VMAs or whatever they're called.
Right. Robbie says, what's going on?
Ricochet.
What's going? Is it time for WCW? Oh, it's WWSD. No, NXT. No, it's Raw.
All sorts
Robbie,
of stuff.
It's Raw. So
you got Bronson Reed in there right now with Ricochet.
Also got injured. Pico says, it's only 15 minutes in and I'm lost.
Supposedly Jamie Hayter's hurt too, but it looks like she's defending her title on Sunday.
Chris says Willow could become an uber babyface in AEW Collision and maybe build her up to face Jade Cargill, but now she is new Japan champ.
Yeah, and I'm sure that they're going to do something at Backdoor or whatever. When they team up with Japan, and she'll probably drop it there, would be the wise thing to do. Especially after she destroyed, what's her name, Anna Jay, through the table. She's kind of like a Nia Jax type. Reckless. Oh! Although I don't really blame her for the Sasha injury. It looks like Sasha just fell off backwards. Although she's working with a better wrestler, they might not. She might
have
not
had that problem.
Yeah.
Robbie says Sammy and KO, and Robbie said, D, that's not nice. I don't know what you're talking about. Pico says, can we not slander baby girl Sasha?
You can slander anybody you want.
I'm not slandering her. It's just the truth, dude. It's her MO. You can't slander somebody when it's the truth and it's fact that she does quit. She quits. And then she blames everybody else for the problem when she's the problem. But it's everybody else's fault. She's the victim. I get it. I know everybody's a fan. I'm not. I just see her for what she really is. Walter's like, are you guys going live Sunday for AEW or Saturday? AEW's on Sunday, yeah. And we'll be out here on Saturday for WWE, Walter.
We will be here all weekend.
Sean says, Sasha, who? And Pico's like, I will not be here probably on Saturday and Sunday. I am burying my best friend.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, bud, but we understand if you can't be here. Totally understand that. Walter says Bronson Reed for the win in this Bronson Reed Ricochet. Sophie says, do you think they will add some sort of stipulation to Brock versus Cody for Saturday?
Yeah, one arm tied behind your back match, maybe, since Cody broke his arm.
Joan says, if Cody beats Brock with an Arn Anderson hand, I'm done. Got the hand!
He's got the two fingers
It's my
that work.
strong hand!
Now, when you're doing that, you make sure that you don't
strong
do that.
hand.
Like poor Arn. That's from just hard life.
It is. Poor guy.
Soak that in candle wax.
Pico says Denver has never reached the finals. It'll be refreshing, but maybe not the best ratings. Harley says, what did Liv Morgan hurt? Did she break her ass?
That's a big ass. I don't think she can hurt that. But, you know, I don't know. I saw the move, and so I thought it was a shoulder. So maybe she dislocated her shoulder or separated a shoulder or whatever.
Maybe.
But I think that's why Dakota didn't land on her. So remember that when she jumped off the top with her and came down?
Oh.
That's where Dakota tore her ACL.
So she was trying not to hurt Liv
Liv.
more and hurt herself in the process.
Yes.
Fuck off. Chris says, no, I was answering the question from earlier about confidence. Oh, I know what you were answering, Chris. I just figured that's how you got your confidence. Just figured it was from experience. Robbie says hospital WWE. Sophie says, do you think MJF will compete in that new, that AEW New Japan pay-per-view? Maybe, I don't know. Walter says,
Sure, why
9:15, I'm going. Be here Wednesday for AEW after bingo. Still in chat watching Great Raw Wrestling. Chris says, Nia Jax versus Willow. Pico says, oh, she can't be Nia Jax bad. John says, why would AEW sign off on a third show? The other two draw poop ratings. Well, because they think if they put another one out there, John, it'll be so much more exciting and better on a Saturday during prime time when everybody's off doing shit.
And there's the and they can separate the roster a little bit. They have so many wrestlers that it makes a lot of sense to separate it just a little bit. And they don't want CM Punk around the Elite.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Definitely looking forward to it. I'll watch it. We're not going to live stream it. Bronson Reed with the power. Ricochet looks like he's been leading most of this match because he was leading before the commercial break and they're still on it.
It's crazy. Sophie says Tamina helped Sasha when she got injured. Robbie says, don't slander her. Robbie's laughing. And Vindicator says, hilarious how Corey is trying to speak for people now, saying everyone is impressed with Bronson. I guess that's how WWE identifies a silent live audience.
Yeah, right.
What's even more funny is he probably has somebody in his ear telling him to say it. That's the
100%.
stupidest part of all, Ben.
Yeah, they're telling you what to cheer for when they pump in the cheers and they pump in the boos. And they learned that from the pandemic stuff. That, what was that called? The Megatron or whatever that they did. That shit was unreal. And I know it personally because I've been on there. And I know a few of you guys out there are on there too. And then that's why I tried it and it worked. And so I did one or two, might have done two, where I was live on there. And they tell you who to cheer for. Okay, let's hear it for Alexa Bliss. Give her a big cheer, big cheer. Okay, now big boos, big boos. Like, what the? Alexa, shut up. Nobody wants to hear you.
Dumb whore. Wrong. Voldemort.
Right. Whoa! Spinning back kick. Moonsault. Lands on his feet, though. So Ricochet wrestles like Chris Jericho. Like, he uses a lot of Jericho moves.
Does he?
Obviously, when Jericho was smaller and could move better, but...
That's funny. Hassan is in the chat. Hey, Hassan says, hi there, guys. How was your weekend going? It went pretty good.
Good.
How was your weekend? I was like, I've never met Sasha in real life, so I can't judge her. Actions speak louder than words. I don't have to meet her. Walter says, get well wishes to Bliss and all who's injured.
Yeah, there's a whole list of them now. There's a slew.
Chris says Brock Anderson debuts in WWE to help Cody beat Brock Lesnar.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Brock Anderson. Or just Brock Anderson.
Picole's like, I'm just going to get up and walk away. Walk away. Sophie says it will be interesting how Bailey and Io will do without Dakota for a year. Walter says, I respect the wrestlers on both AEW and WWE. Vindicator says Liv just posted some of her sexiest pictures yet on her Twitter account. Some good shit.
That's some good shit.
Is she in
Whoa!
traction? Is that why they're sexy, Vin? You sicko.
She have a brace on.
John's like, Bailey will turn on Io. Yeah, that damage control probably isn't going to be around anymore.
Yeah, Bailey and the Riff Raff basically done. Especially if they don't have the other one and you already saw the Io and Bailey hints. Are they going to be like, let's extend it for 6 more months? That's it! Bronson Reed wins clean. 8 minutes, 33 seconds.
Disgusting.
I'm okay with it. I'm not a Ricochet fan
I'm
anymore.
not a fan of either one of them.
They threw Ricochet at me too much on SmackDown there for like those months. And it made me not like him. Like, quit making Ricochet tough. Look at this dude. But no, you need this guy. You need the King Kong Bundys. You need those types. So it's believable when they wrestle for titles and lose. Like right now, he needs to wrestle Gunther at a pay-per-view, and it would be fantastic. Physically, he still loses, but he still looks tough.
Yeah. Walter's like, I respect the wrestlers of both AEW and WWE. And Piccola says, that's interesting, Walter, liking both sides. What a concept.
I know. Can you just be a wrestling fan? No!
You have to be
Pick a
only
side.
one or the other.
Pick a side.
Just want to watch wrestling. I just have to, so it's not a want for me.
Apollo! He lost his accent. He got his southern accent back. From Stonewall, Georgia, or wherever he's from.
Sophie says, I think Liv hurt her arm, so I don't know how long that will take to heal. Oh, God, this guy. Walter's like, what, Vin? No. And Chris is like, maybe Kai will do more Twitch streams now that she's injured. And Vindicator says, yes, Walter. And Sophie says, it could have been worse. AEW could put a new show on Sunday. So he says, sometimes you can tell when they are piping in noises and sometimes you can't tell. Pickle says, it's pretty ironic that one show on Saturday night will hold troubled wrestlers with bad attitudes.
Yeah, troubled and bad attitude.
Troubled wrestlers.
I think they could still move them around, just not have them on the same show the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord. Rhea's terrible at this. Does she not practice?
She's like, I forget how to talk.
Well, how do you go backwards?
Oh, Jesus.
I do.
What's even sadder, guys, is that Apollo Crews is not a very tall guy, but he's fucking taller than Dom.
Oh, yeah. Dom's not very big. He's the same size as Rhea.
It's just fucking creepy.
He just looks big because he was wrestling Ray all the
I
time.
know.
Yeah.
But it's just so funny.
I'd like to see you try. Brett got in an argument this weekend with some of the live-ins in his mom's house.
His mom had, oh, okay, yeah.
And
Oh, Jesus.
he dropped the F-bomb.
What? Oh, no.
His wife, he's like, that's all she remembers from the whole conversation.
I can't believe you said the F word. You said the F word. You said the F word.
I was like, it's a trauma response. Now she's going to remember that argument for the rest of her life.
And it's only going to be about the F word.
That's when Brett said F. But anyways.
He was passionate.
He was yelling at one of the grand cousin nephew things, whatever.
Right.
Like his brother's grandkid's husband.
Right.
Whatever the hell that is. Anyways.
An in-law.
Yeah. Or maybe it was his daughter's husband. So second cousin, third removed, fourth
Right.
by marriage. Whatever. I don't know any of that stuff. But anyways, he was blah, 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 blah. They got into it. And he's like, don't walk away from me. Like, hey, we need to talk, you know? And so the guy sat there and talked to him for a minute. And he's like, he just had this like smirk on his face the whole time. I was like, are you even looking for a place? Hey, how long is it going to take you to get out of here? And the guy's like, well, you know, like a month or something. And he's like, you don't have a month. You have like a week. And he's like, I think you need to go now. You know, like we've given you nothing but time. Like,
Oh, jeez.
like you've been mooching off my mom for 10 years.
Right.
You know, how old are you? And he's like 40 or whatever. And he's like, seriously. He's like, are you not a man?
Oh, no. Oh, no. He questioned his manliness.
It gets way better.
Oh,
So
Lord
then
pants.
he's like, well, it's not my idea to live here. It was, you know, my wife's or whatever. And he's like, well, who wears the pants in your family?
Oh, God.
And so, anyways, no shit. So Brett leaves. They do whatever they do.
Right.
Life goes on. Well, anyways, the girl, his wife, posts on Facebook about a toxic relative. She didn't put Brett on blast per se. That he, in this day and age, with this toxic masculinity, you know, like going after a man who should share in this day and age responsibilities with his wife. And I'm so glad that he's not dominant of me. Brett made me read it, like, so I had to read this.
Right.
And then Brett replied to it at the bottom.
No.
Oh, shit, dude. It was so freaking funny.
Because he's so eloquent with how he talks.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have to use F-bombs to be eloquent. I mean, he literally can make you feel like the worst kind of human.
He writes the letters for the mayor's speech.
Right, yeah, I know. That's what I mean. Like,
he's literally like, you don't want to go toe-to-toe with him over pen and paper.
No.
Because he is a machine. Like, that's what he's best at.
Yes.
But anyways, his thing that he wrote was classic. He's like, that's what you got out of what I said. The whole thing was about leaving, and you got
taking responsibility as adults.
Toxic masculinity. And at the very end, he goes, sincerely yours, your toxic male, or your toxic alpha male, Brett. That's what he wrote at the very end.
Nice.
That's how he signed off. I was
That's
just like,
funny.
that is freaking classic.
Oh, man, that's funny.
They're trying to get those people out of the house so bad that Brett's already started the paperwork.
That's funny.
For eviction, not for his brother, because he likes his brother, you know? He
Right.
loves his brother.
Right.
He's like, if anybody was going to hurt my brother, they'd have to go through me first. Like, he's like,
Yeah,
but he needs to leave.
Yes.
But it's the goddamn mooch kids that are succubuses.
Yep. That's usually what it is.
But after that, I mean, because he's just tired of this. Like, I mean, this has been going on since like September.
Yeah, it's been long enough.
Yeah, and
he's given them plenty of time to get their shit
New Year's,
together.
and then they had to start paying rent at New Year's, and now it's May, and they're like, we need to put this house on the market before the market goes completely away.
Yep. I mean, at this point, I've seen so many houses that have stayed on the market that are for sale. That's why I was like, I'm surprised Danny's having a hard time, because I'm like, I see them all over the place. One's for rent, one, to rent, not rent, but to buy for rentals and stuff like this, like over in the university area and shit like that when I've driven by. And I'm like, and they're still for sale. Yeah. And they've been for sale for months now.
Well, people are still trying to cash in, so they're a little overpriced. But if they're really trying to sell them, then you can lowball them and nail it. Especially the motivated sellers.
Yeah, they just want out and stuff, but... Yeah.
Hey, Seth's back. Seth doesn't like Roman Reigns now.
It's brotherhood.
I love Roman Reigns, but I don't like Roman Reigns.
It's brotherhood. It's true. Yeah, the champion he's become. He's got no respect.
It's such a weird interview because it's like they're trying to set that feud up.
Yeah.
But if he gets a title, they can't do that.
Yeah. That'd be really weird. Oh. Let's see. Piccolo says it's pretty ironic that one show on Saturday night will hold trouble. Oh, I read that. Robbie says, how good is Bronson? Is he world champion material?
No, but they want to make him credible when he wrestles the top guys. It's just like, just go back through history. You'll see that guy through all the way back to King Kong Bundy, and probably before that. I just don't know wrestling in the 70s. But there was probably that guy in the 70s too. The big monster, kind of fat, overweight guy.
Sophie says the pandemic almost killed all wrestling companies. I don't know how they all survived it. Walter says good matches for Raw. Piccolo says I'm pretty sure in the E-Locker they're not having tea parties and celebrating together on rainbows. Piccolo, whatever. They're totally like celebrating on rainbows.
There's a
do me on it.
There's a glorious rainbow.
Do me on it.
Do me on it.
That's exactly how they talk to each other too. Robbie's like DLOL. And Vindicator says Ricochet a little sloppy tonight. Guess he struggles to coordinate with bigger opponents. Walter says Becky and Trish contract signing. I hope a cat fight. Oh God.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Vindicator
but will
says,
there be Jello?
But will there be Jello? Vindicator says they still need to bring back the Cruiserweight title. Need more exciting high flyer matches than this crap.
Did they get rid of 205? Does that not exist anymore?
I don't think it does. Piccolo says, oh, I remember it now. Be the better man and walk away. Sheesh, haven't seen Scary Movie 2 in ages. Walter's like, Bronson Reed won. Okay. Sophie says, so Bayley versus Io SummerSlam, maybe. Do you think Bronson Reed will get a world championship run at some point?
Who?
Bronson Reed.
Absolutely. That they're making him credible so he can. He's just not going to win. But it's going to be believable when it comes.
Piccolo says Rico is a flippity-doo-dah broski, but he's not attention whores like that dumb cucks. Like the dumb cucks. Okay.
The Young Bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John says, let Cody find the 24/7 title in the trash. He can be 24/7 champ. Oh, John, do you not like Cody Rhodes? Vindicator says,
Give him a title.
I wish Bronson was on SmackDown so he could battle other power guys like Sheamus and Ridge Holland. Walter says, okay, Apollo Crews. And John says, pick a side, mofo. You're either with us or against us. Pravi says, so Apollo winning a title then? Not necessarily.
Apollo? No. Why are we talking about Apollo?
Because he was on there and talking. Piccolo says, I have been in Charlie Girl's Twitch stream before. What is that?
I don't know what that is.
Sounds gross. Sophie says there are so many mixed reports about the AEW brand split. Some say it's a hard brand split and others say it's a soft brand split. That's because they don't really know, Sophie. They're probably gonna play it out to see how things work, and then they'll probably do whatever they're gonna do. Robbie says, but the new cats like this new style of promo. Do they, Robbie? You think I like that crap? Yeah, that's cool, man. Walter's like Seth Rollins next. Sophie said Natty versus Rhea. Wow, so Night of Champions so far has more matches than previous pay-per-views. Vindicator says trash matches just like Backlash. Walter says the pay-per-views will cost money this weekend. Save your money. Vindicator says been saving money all year, Walter. Walter says good movies came out. So that's a Raw Championship and Roman Reigns is on SmackDown.
Yeah, Roman's on SmackDown.
Antonio Wilson in the chat. Hey, Antonio, good to see you tonight. Says, hey, guys, I love watching Monday Night Raw. Yeah?
It's a good show. Well, right now it is. Finn Balor, Shinsuke.
I guess Shinsuke
They're going at it
having
tonight.
a fight with
Finn.
Damian Priest and Finn. Oh, behind you. That's who they are. It's good. So it says, do you think we will get Seth versus Gunther in the future?
Yes. Well, I mean, yeah, as long as they both stay in the company in the next 4 years, you're going to see that.
So if it's like, do we know where Braun is? No, maybe. Maybe they got
haven't
tired
seen
of
Braun
seeing him.
for a minute.
So he says they got rid of 205 Live like a year or two ago. Antonio says, do need to bring back some old superstars. Cody is my flavor superstar.
Cody. Nothing wrong with Cody.
And Ayla says, not a great flavor. Hey. So he says, I wonder where Cody would be right now if he was still in AEW. He says, I don't pay for wrestling, so I'm good. And Antonio's like, yeah. Robbie says, Ayla, what's your flavor? Tell me what's your flavor. Jesus Christ, Robbie is sick fucker.
I think Cody would be getting a pretty good push right now if he was in AEW because he'd be coming back from that injury.
Yeah, but would he...
I would assume the injury would have still
But would
happened.
he ever get a title run? Because he said he could never have one. So
right, but they're possibly... So this is where he'd be really hot right now. Possibly, if they do a brand split, they can have 2 world championships.
Oh, yeah.
WWE does it, so if
that guy's broken.
If they decided to do it...
Oh, no, the old man's broken.
Is that LeBron? Yeah.
He's like, oh, God.
He probably didn't get touched. He's the worst flopper in the history of the sport.
Let's find out. Where is he? He's right there. Oh, no.
So,
he grabbed my hand.
No, he didn't get touched.
He's like, my arm's now broken forever. Look at that. Look at that. He totally.
It's a foul, but he didn't hurt. He
totally got broken.
Yeah.
He sold that like it was not. He's like, my hand's not really broken. Look at me, I can do stuff.
Oh God, this is that one girl.
What a
Candice
loser.
LeRae. Candice LeRae's out there. Who's she wrestling?
Oh my God, he barely touched his head. He's like, he gave me a concussion. I know there's a reason why I don't watch this crap, and that's why that guy. Shit like that. It's ridiculous. It's a fucking real sport.
If you watch...
And they're out there like faking it up like WWE shit.
Yeah, well, especially LeBron. You should have saw him the other night. He got pushed and he fell all the way out into the crowd.
Oh my God. What a loser. Loser face. It was like blue cheese, Ravi, old and moldy. Where's the bathroom?
Nuggets are, they might be in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, well,
they're going to be
cheaters.
down by 9-4.
Got some cheaters out
This
there.
Anthony Davis is a great big man. Oh, I thought they were shooting free throws. I guess I was wrong. Doesn't matter. He scored anyway.
So it says the World Heavyweight Championship will carry on the lineage of the World Heavyweight Championship from 2013. Walter says, boo, Judgment Day. John says, Flava Flav. Yeah, boy.
Flava Flav.
Robbie says, hello, good flavor, Ayla. And Walter's like, hey, Ayla. And Ayla's like, almost like Encino Man said that exact line. Robbie says, D,
wow.
It's you with the dirty mind. And Walter says, Candace for the win. Robbie says, did he sell out? And People's like, how quaint Pixie Sticks is on TV. Mrs. Spaghetti.
Who's she wrestling? Do we know already?
Probably some other
Dewdrop
dumbass.
or...
I think Dewdrop's still broken. Doesn't she have like heart problems or something?
I thought we just watched her the other day.
I don't remember.
Sophie
says, wonder when Roman will defend his championship again, and SmackDown announced June 2nd they will celebrate Roman's 1,000 days. Walter says, oh, okay, Daphne runs, I'm standing way back. And Robbie says, Candace versus Zoe Stark, spicy. Antonio says, Cody is a strong guy. I hope he beats Brock Lesnar.
I think he's going to beat Brock, and then you're going to see him either at Money in the Bank or SummerSlam wrestle Roman, which is weird because they're on different brands. So they could put that off till Mania next year.
Sophie says, I'm going to go see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 this weekend. And Robbie says, Ayla, did you put your cheese on toast? And Pico's like, that's cool. Lakers are still bums. Ayla's like, no, I don't put cheese on toast. I make grilled cheese. Harley says, does anybody like snow cones? Hell yeah, Harley. Like some snow cones. Don't you like snow cones and slushies and snow cones?
Yeah. Slutty snow cones?
Yeah, slutty snow cones. So he says the Money in the Bank filled will be interesting this year. And Rob says, yeah, so did you, Ayla?
As long as LA Knight wins, I'm cool. Just kidding. That's not happening, but it would be cool.
Right.
Can you imagine the pop if he gets up there and grabs the belt or the briefcase? He grabs the mic. Let me talk to you.
Let me talk to you.
Seth's title run will be short.
Sophie's like, does anybody like milkshakes? Sophie
Yeah, they bring all the
like
boys to the yard.
Yes, they do. They bring all the boys to the yard. Walter says, snow cones are good. Don't eat them too fast. Brain freeze. Ayla's like, Rob, you're foul and disgusting. Antonio says, do you guys like snowballs?
Yeah.
Snowballs. Are you talking about?
Yeah, the
Are you talking
marshmallow
about the marshmallow?
marshmallow cakes with the cream in it.
Yeah.
My balls have cream in it.
Pickles has had a dream. He had a dream. Pickle had a dream, everybody.
Pretty
to own
sure
a snow
that's
cone stand when I still had positivity and aspirations.
nothing wrong with a snow cone stand.
Ayla says Robbie enjoys balls. John says, let me talk to you. Yeah, I doubt he gets the win at Money in the Bank. Well, there's like a newcomer from NXT. Yeah. Sophie says, hopefully they have qualifying matches for Money in the Bank this year instead of putting on random people like they do most years. Antonia says, my favorite snowball is rainbow.
I've never seen a rainbow one. I didn't even know they had taste other than the cake. Like, isn't the marshmallow foam just tasteless?
Yeah.
Besides it's marshmallow foam.
I'm pretty sure he's talking about, like, actual, like, whatchamacallits. Snow cones.
Oh, I thought we were talking about balls.
But,
yeah, there's nothing wrong with
we're not
snow
talking
cones.
about the hostess, thing. But Piccola says it's too much sugar. Yeah, but Piccola, it's almost like having a popsicle just in cone shape. Once whatchamacallit, once a summer is fine. If you're eating them every
All
day
right,
during
we're
the summer, you might
underway.
have
Zoe
problems.
Stark taking it right to the pixie.
Or says, Ayla, but you like to eat tacos. Oh, God. Bronson's in the chat, though. Hey, Bronson.
Bronson.
Says, good evening, guys. How are you guys? Doing good?
Doing good.
How are you? We've got a match of women out there tonight right now. Zoe Stark versus Mrs. Spaghetti.
Yeah.
Or as
The
you guys
Pixie.
know her as Candice LeRae.
Or the pixie.
And we have to stop for a second because she threw her, and so now we have to stop the whole match because God forbid that they do anything.
Well, Zoe's just on a different level. Candace is here for fodder. Kindling.
Yeah.
For the fire.
Problem, yeah. Ayla says Robbie has balls up and around his mouth anytime he leaves the house. Robbie says Ayla, I will have balls if they're an offer. And Antonio says, yeah, it's very good. You guys should try it. And Ayla's like, snowballs or coconut, right? Well, the snowball hostess ones are, pretty sure.
Hey, look at this.
Hey, that's weirdos out there.
Nikki out there, as white as you can get.
Yeah, she looks sick. She looks gross. Like she's got something wrong with her.
Dude, I was watching this thing. I almost sent it to you. It was funny. I might have, actually. But it was a girl doing photography. And it was just like one of those like comedy shows, where they do stuff to see how far people will go.
Oh, I don't think you sent me that one.
Oh my gosh.
Unless it was a YouTube thing.
I don't know if it was. It was so stinking funny. It was this like hot girl, this hot blonde, like Australian or something. Mm-hmm. And she was a photographer. And then she was doing couples photography thing.
Right.
And so she started with the girls. And she's talking to them. And she's like, did you not get any sleep last night?
Oh, Lord.
Like, oh, you got those bags under your eyes. Oh, try not to show your mouth. Okay, show me sexy. That's your sexy. Anyways, and then they get the guys, and the guys are just like these nerdy guys. Nothing special about them.
Right.
And it's even funnier because she's like, oh yeah, like that. Oh yeah.
Oh, God.
She's like, all right, make your cum face or something. She's going like way far at the end of this. It's so stinking funny. Then she gets the girls and the boys together, and she's like, 1, 2, and 3. 227. The pixie didn't last very long. Back to NXT with her.
Well, and even though Nikki wanted to help, I think she was more of a hindrance than a help.
Anyways, yeah, so she then puts the couples on the couch, and then she's like, no, not like that. She's like, here, you come take pictures and I'll show you. And she's like straddling them.
Oh, God.
Show me your sexy face. And these are like nerds, so they're like, like, oh.
That's just silliness.
Anyways, and then she's like, okay, you put your arms around him. Okay, no, keep your head behind his. Like, she's like so mean to the girls. It was hilarious. And they just put up with the whole time.
That's so weird.
Like, they never said anything about it.
They thought it was real. They're like, no, it's real. She's fine. She knows what she's doing. So it's like, remember the Money in the Bank in the WWE offices where they did two
Yes.
Money in the Bank ladder matches at the same time?
Was it that? That wasn't at the same time, was it?
I don't think so.
I don't
but
think it was at the same time. I don't remember it being. But yeah, it was during the pandemic, and they did it at the headquarters.
Offices in Connecticut.
And Baron Corbin, I think it was throwing people off the roof. Remember, like onto that lower roof.
And everybody thought they were like, oh no, but they were landing on stuff. I think AJ got thrown off it.
Yeah, Vince jumped off of it like before because he's like he won't have anybody do anything he won't do, and so he jumped off to show him, and they're like, oh, well, I guess he's
Pico's like Larry Legend. Ayla says, no, Ravi, not offering you anything but a moist towelette. Pico says, you mean once every 2 hours? Sugar rush. Walter says, I will show up Sunday for AEW, maybe Saturday for pay-per-view. Okay, Walter. Walter says, Zoe, stop screaming, please. And John says these two girls might be on an AEW collision in July. Ravi says, thanks, Ayla. I do need to wipe my mouth after food. Walter says, Nikki Cross, watch out, fans. Ayla says, food. I was thinking ball sweat from your upper lip. Sophie says this Nikki Cross storyline has been playing out on and off WWE TV for most of this year. It seems like they don't have an idea where it's going. And Pico says Nikki Cross is way better than Nikki Bella.
Really? I mean,
greater
I'm
than.
I'm not going to argue
3.
too much because you have an opinion and it's fine. But my opinion with that is she was the longest reigning Divas champion of all time. And she's like a bombshell where Nikki's weird and she hasn't done anything. She has been a world champion though. She did beat Charlotte. Yeah. Had it for like 2 weeks.
Yep.
So I'm not taking anything away from her. I just don't know if she's on that like carry a company level where the Bellas are literally make millions outside of the business.
Ravi says, oh, glad you enjoyed, Ayla. Sophie says, Daniel Bryan's birthday is today. Ravi says, what's happening in this match?
Commercial break. And there is no match. It's over.
And it's over. So there's
Candice LeRae got beaten 2 minutes and 27 seconds.
John says that match was awful. And Walter's like, Zoe Starks won. Boo. And Ayla's like, there you go again with that imagination. And Antonio says, hey, guys, I'm getting off right now. It was nice talking with you guys. Nice to talk to you too, Antonio. Thanks for hanging out with us.
We're going to be here all night, so if you want to come back later.
Ayla says, good night. And Sophie says, do you think this Zoe Stark is getting built up for a future championship run?
No. Maybe.
Robbie says, oh, Ayla, you with your dirty mind. And Pico's like, night, Ayla. It was like, I don't have a dirty mind. I'm just going over things you've told us in the past. Sophie says, why didn't Candice LeRae get disqualified when Nikki Cross was hugging her? Why would she? Why would she get disqualified, Sophie? Nikki, she wasn't doing anything.
You mean Zoe Stark get disqualified because Nikki was holding Candice?
Why didn't Candice LeRae get disqualified when Nikki Cross was hugging her?
Right, which would make no sense. You wouldn't get disqualified for that, but the other girl could. Exactly. If it looked like you were getting beat up.
Ayla says, no, I'm not leaving. Antonio is. And Ravi's like, Ayla, you're filthy. And Antonio says, before I go, my dad died of the COVID pandemic. Sorry to hear that, Antonio. Sophie says it is hard to tell if Zoe is a heel or face. And Ayla says, nope, Ravi, you're demented. Piccolo is like, yeah, we know. Nikki Cross is Quasimodo's cousin, LOL. Ravi says, LOL, Ayla, you're the one that doesn't stop. And John says, if Cena wasn't smashing Nikki, she wouldn't have got half the push she got.
Was he at that time when she was the champion?
No.
I didn't think they were together
I didn't think that happened until after.
Yeah, I thought they hooked up later, after she was champion.
Sophie says, who was the better woman champion?
But you're right. I
mean,
mean,
5 women.
It extended her title or her relevancy.
Right.
What was that?
Who was the better woman champion out of these 5 women?
Oh shit.
AJ Lee, Sasha Banks, Paige, Becky Lynch, and Bayley.
Becky, Paige, Bayley. Who were the first 2? Sasha and who?
AJ Lee and Sasha.
Ooh, probably AJ and then Sasha would be number 5.
Piccolo says,
that's a good list, by the way.
I apparently am not paying attention. Antonia's like, okay. It was like, stop reminding everyone about your life, my bad. Ravi's like, Raw first hour was trash. It says, hugs should be automatic disqualification. Chris Akane says, hello, just saw a commercial for the song, I Swear. Sad it's a food commercial. The disrespect, man. That's a fucking classic country song. Reduced to nothing but a fucking commercial. Sorry, I had to rant. Most songs have been made into commercials at some point, Chris. Nobody believes it because it's not true, and Brock really doesn't. Get a life, kid! Yay, Brock! Tell him! There you go. That's the way to do it.
Get a life, kid. Here
Tell
he
him
comes.
to get a life and have him walk off
Brock
like the loser that he is.
Lesnar.
Ravi says, Ayla, seems like you need a hug. Ayla's like, yuck, I'm good. And Chris is like, Travis, what's your fave Waylon Jennings song? I like good-hearted women's song.
Oh, there's so many. I love Waylon.
Ravi says, Ayla, was your
The
day
only
enjoyable?
things in life that make it worth living are guitars that tune good and firm, feeling women.
Sophie says Nikki Bella and
I
John
don't
Cena
need
were
the
together for a
name
long
of the
time. I
marquee
think
lights.
while both were champs. Pico says, to be fair, LOL, and I admit I watched the Dumb Bella Zany special, but I believe they paid their dues. Oh, yeah, they did.
I've seen some of them. I'll admit I've probably watched about 7 of the Bella, and it was the first season. Brie mode. Do you guys remember that? All that? They were always drunk in Vegas.
Oh, Jesus.
That's it. I probably haven't seen 7. More like 4. But.
Ayla says, it was all right. Ravi says, no one cares about Nikki Bella and John Cena. And Sophie says, if Brie Bella wasn't dating Daniel Bryan, she wouldn't have the push that she was given.
So you think the Bellas were getting pushes because of who
They were with? That's
were
funny.
putting inside of them?
Yeah.
Inside you. Inside you.
Ravi's like, Ayla, did you drink any iced coffee? And Pico's like, it's weird. They will make any mid-wrestler into Bruno Sammartino. A&E be good at that stuff. Ayla's like, drinking it right now. Chris is like, Brock should have F5 Ollie. Well, just like, hey, bye, guys. See you Wednesday for AEW. Bye, Walter. We'll see you on Wednesday.
Brock still in Cody's shit.
Sophie says, I don't watch A&E stuff. Vindicator says, yeah, WWE is the reason Fast X and Guardians movies are doing well. So just like creativity and competence, shameless is not in this company vocabulary as well, LOL. John says they paid their dues all right, knees and ass are worn out. Robbie's like, LOL, Ayla, go one. And Pico's like, I disagree. Robbie says, go one, Ayla. And Chris says, Brock Anderson.
There it is. The announcement. Cody will not be fighting Brock at Night of Champions this Saturday.
Oh, we won't. Damn. Ayla says, go one. Rob McLaren's in the chat, though. Hey, Rob. Good
Brock's
to see you
not going to
tonight.
lay you down.
Do you want to say hi to Rob?
Hey, Rob.
There you go.
Good to see you in here.
What's up, WG? I only have 3 days of work left here in Nevada. I'll be headed home to Idaho on June 4th or June 5th.
That's
Sweet.
some good shit.
Some good shit. Sophie says, who are the best WWE champions out of these men? Edge, Cena, Orton, Triple H, Undertaker, Lesnar, HBK, Batista, and The Rock.
That's tough. You probably have to go Brock, then Undertaker, and then those obviously are top 2.
Brock.
But Edge had a
Lesnar.
really good run there when he was, and very popular in the early 20s.
Yeah.
Or not 20s, but 2000s.
Ravi says, go one with your
Oh,
coffee.
Cody's coming out. Look at him. He's in a sling. Hey, it's his other side this time.
Picola says, don't forget the egg movie. And Sophie says, so we won't be seeing Brock versus Cody 2. That stinks. I don't know.
Well, Cody's coming out. We're going to see it.
This is like a Jedi, like one with the Force, but coffee. Pico's like, I choose Rikishi. Sophie says,
It's
what
always
egg
Rikishi.
movie? Ravi says, Ayla, if you want something like that.
Cody's in there with one arm.
One arm.
So how are they going to do this? One arm tied behind your back match?
John's like, rip his arm off, beat him with it.
Cody's taking his sling off.
Ayla says, the egg movie. Harley says, not to be rude, but how can you drink iced coffee, I think. Vindicator says, too bad Cain Velasquez wouldn't come out.
Well, he got out of shape. Remember that? Whoa, Cody, one arm, but you're going to take it to the beast with one arm.
Sophie says, never
Oh,
heard
no,
of
he's
the
going to
egg
break it
movie.
again.
Pico
So are they
says,
not going to do this fight?
I don't know.
I'm starting to get a feeling they're not going to do it. And either that or a one arm behind your back match. Fight me. Fight. Fight.
Punch him in his kidney right there. It's fine.
I think he broke it.
I think he just broke it. Totally
I think he broke
it.
it. So what is this? Are they putting Cody out for like a couple months maybe?
I don't know.
Because a broken arm's 6 to 8 weeks. So.
Right. Because
to me, it's weird.
It is very strange.
But maybe Brock doesn't want to not main event, and they were going to do Roman last.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and he just stomped on it.
So he says, I never heard of the Egg movie. And Pickle's like, there's a dozen of them. Jesus, Pickle. The Egg movie. God damn. Robbie's like, so Cody gonna get beat up. He had that one set up for a while, Pickle. Like,
yeah, that one in the chamber.
Robbie's like, so Cody gonna get beat up? Well, he kind of did, I guess. It says, well, I don't know. I like Star Wars, so I'm for it. Chris says Cody looking like homeless Corbin with the white polo shirt.
Right?
What white polo shirt? It was a towel. John says, snap it off! And Pickle's like the Netflix movie with Ryan Reynolds and The Rock. What was it called? I don't know. Was there one with
Ryan Reynolds and The Rock, huh? I don't know if I remember that. Ryan Reynolds Rock movie?
Ryan Reynolds and The Rock movie on Netflix.
Well, any place. Like, I just don't remember.
Oh, is that the one, Red Notice?
Yeah. Good show.
Red Notice.
I forgot he was the thief, yeah. I was thinking, like, goofy comedy, which it kind of is, but...
Yeah. Robbie says, yeah, Cody really hurt his arm. It was like, Harley, I put a straw in it and I drink it. John says, Brock doesn't want to fly to Saudi. Robbie says, Ayla drinks coffee with the straw up her nose, Harley. Sophie says, oh, now I know what movie you're talking about. Forget what it was called. Ayla says, the Egg movie, too. There's like 24 of those. Sorry, Fat Lisa, I'm writing your joke. And Pickle is winking at Ayla's like, the devil's dandruff in your nose, Robbie.
What on earth is going on in our chat?
I have no idea. I'm just reading the comments of this craziness happening.
I've been watching the Lakers game.
John wants Brock to tear off Cody's arm and beat him with it. And
right.
Ayla and Ravi were having snaps about balls, and then it was about cheese or something. And
then there's an egg
People
movie.
is talking about the Egg movie with Ryan Reynolds and The Rock, but that's the movie he was talking about because they're eggs.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that, too. There's 3 eggs, yeah. I forgot how good that movie is. I might need to watch that again. I like when they're up in the prison or whatever.
It says the devil's dandruff in your nose. Ravi Justice says, how do you make your crush like you? You can't make people like you.
You can't make people like you, but what you can do
you
is
can't
make
them
fun
like
of what
you
they
the
wear.
way you like.
Make fun of what they wear.
Oh, God.
It always works. But you have to do it in light humor. So do you have light humor, or are you kind of like a serious guy? If you're serious, you got to do it a different way, because I'm not a serious person, so I kind of play a little bit different. And I play everything in the situation that I'm in. But, a couple compliments, and then, right before they think you're a simp, you give them an insult.
Do not do what Ayla's telling you to do. John says, book. Robbie says, go on. Ayla, enjoy. Harley says, iced coffee is disgusting. John's like, booger sugar. And Pickle says, and I'm talking egg. And Justin says, what do girls like about boys?
Depends.
Usually nothing.
It really just depends on...
It depends on the
girl, right?
And it depends on the boy.
Most girls are a sucker for an asshole.
What?
You got to be an asshole.
That's true.
You have to.
Dumb bitches do like them.
You have to be a dangerous man to be a good man, right? Like, you have to be dangerous. That means that you can protect them, but you also have to be trusting. Or trustable and likable.
Yeah.
But you have to be dangerous. That's very important.
John's like, aliens. And Sophie says, why doesn't Brock not want to go to Saudi? I don't know.
We don't know what's happening, but it does look that way. It looks like that match might not be happening.
Yeah. Ayla's like, oh, Justin, it's actually easy. Basically, you need to get her alone, take a stick, and hit her with it, drag her to your basement, and make her love you or him, whatever. No.
It's from year one. Don't do that.
Chris says, Justin, I already told you. And Sophie's like, how can you make people watch stuff that you like?
Be influential to them, like so they look up to you, and then they want to do what you do. So then as you're watching something, they want to be around you to watch it. Whatever it is, doesn't matter what it is.
People's like, be mean to them and make out with their best friend.
That's actually really close to the truth. The best way is just work through the group of friends.
Yeah, so
and that shit works.
Maybe 3-4 weeks of isolation will usually do it. Chris says you will get pity effect if you pay them enough, Justin. Robbie says that egg movie, I hear it exciting. And Ayla says throw a juice box at her head. Pico's like, for real, no beta males in here in the chat. Sophie says use wrestling terms on them and see how they react to it. John says, Robbie, get your white panel van. Pickle says, I don't know, Robbie. It was so complex. It really scrambled my brain. Sophie says, how long did it take Travis to get D? I don't know, Travis. How long? How long were you working at it? He might have to answer that question.
I don't remember.
Says, don't talk. That's a start. Women like the silence. Oh, this is 99. Sheesh. Yeah, but iced coffee is disgusting. Chris says, yep, was watching a podcast earlier of a debate about how women have it easy than a guy when it comes to fucking them.
Well, of course.
Piccolo says, how did you know, Ayla? That's how I met my ex, except it was beer bottle at a taqueria. Ayla says, I gave the same advice to someone else in the chat forever ago. At least because I'm a girl, duh. So it was like sometimes it is hard to get someone to like whatever I like. Ayla's like, Duluth took a stick and hit him with it. That's how I get my knowledge.
Maxine is part of the Alpha Academy.
John says, shoosh, thank you. So he's like, wow, Dee and Travis matching. That's a first. And Robbie says, Ayla with some great advice, kids. It's like, Harley, I get it, you don't like iced coffee. My iced coffee is different. It's espresso, 4 shots in a 16-ounce cup with white chocolate syrup. Chris says it's called a taqueria. Taqueria, D. Oh, thank you. There we go, taqueria.
Oh, Alpha Academy going up against the Viking Raiders.
Thanks, guys, for helping me out there. I don't always know. So it was like, how are your dogs? Well, one of them's sleeping on a bed right now.
Just asleep.
Hey, it's those Viking Raider people.
It
Think
is.
they're going to
Eric
do
and
anything
Ibar.
good?
They should win this, I would assume.
John says, only way Otis hits that girl is with a stick. It says, Justin, let us know how it goes in 3 to 4 weeks. Jesus. You guys giving him terrible advice. Feels like should have said a taco truck, and that's not fancy. So he says hitting someone with a stick must be an Idaho thing. Robbie says Ayla really did scare Matthew away. He's not been on for months. Chris says Maxine looks incredible tonight. And
yeah, she does. She looks at their level.
Single? Well, compared to the other female out there, Sheila very much does look incredible.
Valhalla. Sarah Logan with her antlers.
Robbie says, do you always know? And John says, I use a mini bat, Sophie. Jesus Christ. Justin, that's not the way to get your crush to like you.
All right, this match is official.
It's a good way to get an assault and battery ticket. And probably for them to have a restraining order against you. Chris says, oh, Valhalla looking incredible. Vela says, maybe you need a good stick, Sophie. Give it a try. Robbie's like, is Sarah Logan still wrestling?
No, we haven't seen her actually in the ring since her return as a wrestler.
She just goes out there in her outfit and pretends to be a god. It's kind of creepy.
It's so weird sounding, and I know she doesn't, but she just looks like she smells. You know what I mean? Like,
right?
Like if you were around her, you just could smell BO and like just weirdness.
You could probably smell the furs.
The formaldehyde or whatever.
The hide.
Yeah, whatever they
The
cure them
tanning
in.
process of the hide.
I wonder if she tans them in brain.
Definitely can smell
Because you're
that.
supposed to tan them in their brain, but they don't like you to do that anymore, so they want you to use a chemical because the brain can have disease.
You're eating the fucking hide. You're not eating it. You're going to be
they
over there going, yum, yum, I'm going to eat this wonderful leather hide.
Right, but then people dispose of it just by dumping it out.
Well,
After they're done. You put it in a 55-gallon drum and you do it with water. Then you dump it out usually. Because most people can't pick a 55-gallon drum up and take it somewhere.
we'll just throw bleach in with it when you're done. It'll work out just fine. So I was like, yeah, I'm single. I don't want to get sucked into the women craziness. Pico's like, I wonder how JVD and his love life is going, right? Pico, I haven't seen him for a minute or two.
Right. All right, Ibar's in there
Hopefully
right
he's okay
now.
up there in Chicago.
Chad Gable.
Ayla says, I don't think he found his fur yet. Fatly's.
Oh, big clothesline.
Sophie says, do you think Sarah Logan will actually wrestle at some point?
Yeah, why not? She could take Liv Morgan's spot.
Pickle says, you mean she don't smell like petunias? Chris
Right.
says, oh, you can smell the asbestos. John says, restraining order. Oh, nothing spells love like ink on a paper.
Right.
That's right, John.
Means you care more than she does.
That's right.
If you get one of those.
Definitely. Pickle says, haha, the furries haven't met him yet. Robbie's like, hello, onion BO. Ew. Chris says, Maxine looking like Miss Hancock, a.k.a. Stacy Keebler.
A little bit. Did you notice she's got short legs, though? She's got the long torso and the short legs, where Keebler had the short torso and the long legs. But very similar, like, skinny blondes. Very pretty.
Sophie says, my mom hates certain fruit. Ayla's like, he sends me TikToks all the time, JVD. Robbie says, doesn't the Vikings and Sarah live in the woods where no SOD lives? Where no sod lives? Yeah, no sods live there. Sophie said, my mom hates cantaloupe. And Ayla says, I don't like melons in general. Watermelon is fine.
I love melons. It's kind of my favorite thing.
She don't have Harley Cameron legs. Harley says, I don't promote violence, especially domestic violence. Nobody's promoting
my violence like I like my beer. Domestic.
Sophie says HBO Max turns into Max tomorrow. And Chris says, oh, we all love melons, Travis. Most of you do. Piglet says, only when you cut a hole in melons. It says, I don't eat a lot of fruit. I like blackberries, but I just don't eat them.
Yeah, that's not, I mean, it is fruit, but it's considered more of a berry, and they don't raise your blood sugar. So very healthy for you.
John says, Robbie, pickup line. Does this smell like chloroform?
Right.
If he could get up to their mouths.
The
to get
caterpillar, which
chloroform
makes
there.
no sense now. When they were heavy machinery, it made sense that it was called the caterpillar. They still call it the caterpillar. Oh, look at that. Otis. Chad Gable tags himself in. Goes after Ibar. Look at the strength of Ibar, or Gable. Holy shit.
It's crazy.
Now, we know Eric's strong, or at least he used to be. He kind of looks a little softer. Maxine's like a foot taller. She's like, hey, run away. She's running in hills. Like a sprinter.
Right?
Did he get it? They did. Alpha Academy wins.
What?
The Academy wins. The Academy wins.
That's crazy. What? That's weird. That's so weird.
She is very important to their success.
I guess.
I thought she was going to split them up.
Ayla says, you would, fat Lisa, like in holes in her melons. And Sophie's like, I like certain fruit. Robbie's like, Ayla, what happens if you eat the seeds from watermelon? And Pico says, yeah, it's called jungle juice. Ayla's like, wait, blackberries are berries? Shut the front door. Yeah, right? Travis saying they're berries. They're still a fruit.
Yeah, but it's not like
they're just
a fruit.
A different type. So they don't have as much sugar as the other one.
I got nothing to talk about.
Yeah, he's got nothing to talk about.
How is he going to... You know what he's going to do? He's going to get a cast on his arm and wear it for the next decade, like Randy Orton's dad.
Oh, God, no.
Oh, Shinsuke Nakamura!
Pickle says, get your mind out of the gutter. Robbie's like, oh, melons are good. Ayla says, Robbie never seen a melon in his life. Vindicator's like, Travis, in your unbiased opinion, who is the better smoke show these days, Maxine or Scarlett?
Scarlett.
John says, sipping on gin and juice laid back.
There's nothing wrong with Maxine at all, by the way. Like, that's just...
But if you're talking about outfits, what they wear, like how they portray themselves.
One is more curvy, and that's what it's all about.
Scarlett's going to be the smoke show.
Yeah, she's just more curvy.
John says that, and
but
Chris
I think
says,
Maxine's younger, and so ask me in 5 years, and might have a different...
Chris says Ella Otis thinks he's Scotty too haughty doing the worm. People says, okay, I've seen maybe 2 minutes of Raw. John says, shoosh, thank you for the win. Robbie says, nah, Ayla, I never seen your melons. No, Rob. Pico says this whole chat is on timeout. John says Cody is good to go. Robbie says, is tomatoes classified as fruit? Yes. Ayla says Robbie never will. He's a ball boy for life.
But it will not spike your blood sugar, so it's fine.
Pico says, does Maxine take bumps? What?
Like, does she wrestle? I don't know. I've never seen her wrestle.
Right.
She don't got no bumps. She got some on her butt, but none on the upper half.
Ron's like, Robbie, show them your snowballs. Robbie's like, yeah, Ailey, you love to swing your balls. It says, I've been on a baby corn kick for a few weeks now. So good. Yeah, you got your fixation food, ADHD fixation food going on this week for a month. I guess I decided I didn't really want to drink my water.
Denver's still in this. There's a fight now.
Hello. What water? All over myself.
What t-shirt contest?
Jeez.
You're definitely going to beat me.
Well, alrighty then. Decided I really didn't want that water.
Do you have a hole in your lip?
Again. What's that?
Do you have a hole in your lip?
Maybe.
Blah, blah. Look at that. LeBron and Homeboy are fighting.
Yeah, got it. Chris says taking bumps means like wrestling and taking a hit or punch or wrestling finisher.
Yeah, I've never seen her in the ring, but she might have been in the ring in NXT. I don't know.
It says probably laughing. I go through phases. Probably I'm lacking in certain nutrients, so I crave certain things. That happens. Either that or it's just a fixation food for a while. Something gross will happen with it, and you'll never want to eat it again for like a year. Robbie says Ayla the random person ever. Harley's like, I love cantaloupe and bananas.
Huh. It's an interesting...
Do you eat them together?
Does it look like dick and balls? Oversized balls.
That. Not me. Pickle's like, I think I only had baby corn and some oriental dishes. How do you eat it, Ayla? She probably eats it like corn on the cob.
She's like...
She takes out, she's like... Ding. 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 Just kidding. Robbie's like, call an Ayla with ADHD. John says, make it rain.
Rain dance.
Is he going to make it rain?
Yes. He's one of the best players in the world.
Make it rain. He did it.
That's that Joker. That dude's on another level.
It was like when I try to drink from a straw and it goes up my nose instead, I guess. But I was like, Harley, that was so random. And John's like, money. And Pickle's like, LeBron want to be a thug, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what he's trying to do out there now?
Gonna be Shorty gonna be a thug.
He's trying to be a thug, even though he's a crybaby about everything. He touched my arm. It's broken. I can't do anything.
That dude just threw the ball up in the air and it went in. I mean, he just literally threw it. At the end of the play, didn't count.
That's funny. It was like, at least I open a can or just eat it out of the can. Sorry. And Pickle's like, oh, not in any dish. Cool. He was like, Fally said, no, I should, but I'm just lazy. Rally's in the chat. Hey, Rally, good to see you tonight. Says, hi, D. Travis. Hey, Rally, how's it going? How you doing? How was your weekend?
Is Finn Balor going to win this?
Is
Nakamura's been on a roll, so I think Nakamura either wins it clean or there's interference by Damian.
Yeah.
And then, but Nakamura doesn't lose.
Right.
It either has a clean finish with Nakamura winning, or there's a disqualification and Nakamura wins it that way.
Yeah.
Indus sure.
Sure. Viren, what's his face?
The other dude.
That guy.
That dude needs help because he's not great yet. He's kind of stiff.
Yeah.
But he's a big dude, obviously. If Jinder's, 6'6" or something.
Ayla says, I put it in a salad a few times. And Pico says, I think I'm lacking raw greens and veggies.
Eat 12 cups a day. I try to, but it's hard.
Raleigh says, Raw, good so far. Lots of things going on. Do
Yeah,
you
I like
agree
it. It's
Viking
busy.
Raiders have one of the best entrances. Looks awesome with the lights in Valhalla looking scary.
Yeah. She did take her antlers off and she put horns on, which is nicer also. Probably easier to manage.
John says, Indy sure crazy stare. Robbie says, I hear your boy is retiring from wrestling. Who is it? Ella says, I eat a huge pile of spinach every day. Robbie's
good for
like,
you.
Edge. And Robbie's like, Ayla the rabbit.
Do you eat it raw or is it like canned spinach type spinach, like where it's juicy?
She puts feta cheese, mushrooms, and balsamic vinegar on it.
On lettuce.
On spinach.
Yeah. So it's lettuce.
Yeah, it's like what you do.
Yeah.
You just don't put the other stuff in it. You just eat the green leaf things.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll put tuna fish in there or something. I forget I have it. I need to bring some up and leave them out so I can see them.
Raleigh says, well, it's 2:25 a.m. drinking cup of tea, eating chocolate cake. Ooh, watching Raw and you guys. It's a
Good
nice
stuff.
chocolate cake and tea.
At
It's
2:30 in the morning.
At 2:30 in the morning. It says raw baby spinach. John says, oh, baby, I like it raw. Oh, DB. Old dirty bitch. People says, sounds good. No dressing. It was like sometimes I get kale to mix in or for smoothies.
Yeah, kale's a little tougher. I like kale. It's just hard for me to blend it every time. But I don't know if I could eat it on salad. It's pretty tart.
And chewy. It's like all weird looking. It looks fake as fuck. Kale.
Right?
Pico's like, oh, never mind. You said balsamic. And John says, bloody well you are, governor.
I like the
says, raw
balsamic vinegar
spinach.
lately, but it's a little too rich sometimes.
Yeah.
It makes my belly hurt sometimes. But the apple cider vinegar is just as good. Like sometimes I do that. I'll switch it up. But
Ayla
I haven't
says,
lately.
Balsamic vinegar / glaze. Ravi says, eat at random times. Pico's like, Ravi, it about that salad life. Salad life. Raleigh says Raw on 1 to 4 a.m. in the UK every Monday. Thank God Saudi NOC is out on at 6 p.m. on Saturday. Early for us in the UK. Early for you too. Yeah, it's like morning time for us.
Yeah, it'll be nice here. But, like if you had things to do and you were in the UK, it might not be that great.
Yeah, true.
Coming on at 8 o'clock or 7 or whatever time.
6. Sophie says this match is going to be awesome. And John says
Could
tea
be.
and crumpets. Chip Terrio. Harley says those are just my. And Ayla says I ate a salad to end my fast around 3 to 5 p.m.
It's good shit.
Pickle says, do you eat breakfast, Ayla?
That is her breakfast.
That is breakfast.
So she just said it's
breaking
her
your
fast.
fast. Or she ends her fast around 3 to 5. She eats the salad to end her fast. It's interesting.
Are you really fasting, though? Or do you just have black coffee? Do you put anything in your coffee?
Yeah, she has creamers in her coffee.
If you put creamers or anything in your coffee, it's not really fasting.
Yeah, you can't have any sugars or any additives.
A little bit of like a pure
Cream.
thick cream,
Like heavy cream.
isn't so bad.
Yeah. Or butter.
Yeah, but it's still
Food.
breaking your fast.
Yeah. So it says, wonder how long the pay-per-view is going to be on Saturday. Ayla's like, yes, a salad around 3 p.m. And Raleigh says, you doing a live stream Saturday morning? NOC, I'll be here if you are.
Yep,
Yes.
we're definitely going to be here.
Yep, Night of Champions, we're going to be on for WWE's pay-per-view on Saturday morning. And then we'll be here again on Sunday evening, which will be late morning, early morning for you. Early Monday morning.
Yeah.
So.
What's that one, Double or Nothing?
I think so.
Double or Nothing coming up.
For AEW's pay-per-view on Sunday.
Should be a good one. We might get a couple surprise returns in there. We might get a CM Punk showing up, maybe. I doubt it, but we could.
Right. So if it says, wonder how long the pay-per-view is going to be on Saturday. Probably 3, maybe 4 hours.
Yeah, with the pre-show, I think it'll be 4. I don't know if they'll go 4 for the show. Although it does look like there's quite a few matches. But they can still plus that out pretty quick if they don't do a lot of talking in between.
Oh, no. Damien.
There it is! Big clothesline by Damien.
The ref didn't see it, though, so. It says, I drink coffee with cream straws. I'm actually just not hungry until then. Or a salad around 3. And Harley says, if you're craving baby corn. So he says, I feel bad for people that have to fast for a certain amount of time.
You don't have to. You should.
People don't have
Good for
to.
you.
People just do it for their health, Sophie. Pico says real butter in coffee. Isn't that called bullet coffee?
Yep, that's a
Yes.
bullet coffee.
Ayla says not many people have to fast. Most choose to fast. And Robbie says decaf coffee. What's the deal with that? It's a hot beverage that doesn't make you wired for the night, I guess. Ayla says, I think so, Fat Lisa. And Pico's like, hold. He's repping the flicks. Sophie says, do you think WWE pay-per-view will have a couple surprises as well?
Yeah. I mean, why not? I don't know if there's any returns or anything coming, but with all these injuries, we are going to get some returns in the next 6-7 months. Like,
Right.
I don't know how exciting they're going to be when Dakota Kai shows back up. You know what I mean? She's not irrelevant enough to be like, Bianca needs an opponent at WrestleMania, and then she shows up, and that doesn't work.
Yeah. So it says, so Judgment Day is feuding with so many people. Robbie says, CM Punk, is he ever going to recover his wrestling career?
Yeah. I think we're going to see it in June, about the 17th-ish.
Right. Ayla says, decaf is a joke. And Sophie says, my aunt does a fast for a pill. And Pico says, I don't enjoy decaf. And Robbie says, Ayla, didn't you used to drink it? And he's like, no, Robbie, never.
Doesn't decaf have caffeine in it?
It has a very, very small,
Like as
small
much as a
trace of
candy bar?
caffeine. I don't even know if it has that much in it. It has very little in it, for sure. It has caffeine, but nothing compared to what a regular black coffee has.
I haven't had caffeine for almost 18 years.
Right.
But I miss coffee. So if I could find some that was a true decaf, I'd drink it.
Sophie says, there are some pills that you need to fast for an hour or something after you take it. It's true, Sophie. There are some medications that are like that.
Not eating for an hour
After you take a pill.
is not really fasting, but I mean, I guess it is.
I mean, people want to consider it that. That's fine.
That's kinda
when
cute.
you stop eating, like, let's put it this way, guys. What I just had, whenever I finished eating that, is the last food that I will have until, like, maybe noon to 2:30 tomorrow. That's what
You're not going to have any other food.
Yeah, I won't eat anything else. I had those 2 sandwiches earlier
that's
today and
right.
stuff. So I won't eat anything. And by the time we get done, it's 9. And I'm not going to eat anything at 9. It's just too late. And I'd have to stay like up for like a little while, like at least 2 hours, 2.5 hours to make it.
Digest.
Yeah.
Either that or go walk.
Yeah. And I think I did enough walking today. I got like 10,000 steps today. I'm good. But,
Scissor.
ew, no. So when we're talking about fasting, Sophie, fasting usually means
Like
that
16 plus hours.
yeah, you have. I mean, it can be 12 hours too, but usually you want to do 14 to 16 hours, the shortest length of time to fast, and then have a window where you eat all of your calories
In a 6-hour period. Or 8-hour period.
So.
And the best way to do it is eat all your calories in 1 hour and fast 24/23.
Yeah.
And then do like a 3-day fast every once in a while, like once a month or something. And if you're really good at it, go, the 120 hours, which is 5 days. Mm-hmm. That one I want to do one of these times, but I'm like, I just don't know.
It says, yes, Travis, it has a small amount of caffeine. I'd have to explain that to people when I worked at the donut shop. Yeah, they can't make it completely, like, caffeine free. It's a very, very small amount.
Right.
But,
I mean,
if
chocolate
you're
has
sensitive-
caffeine in it, and I've had chocolate over the last 17 years.
Yeah, but it's kind of the same, like that little tiny trace. And it's more dark chocolate from that type of cocoa rather than milk chocolate. So, yes, like your dark Milky Ways that you used to eat, your midnight Milky Ways, like those. Probably have more caffeine in them. That's why they say if you have a headache to eat dark chocolate. Take your medicine. Take your pill, like your ibuprofen or Tylenol.
Right.
Shoot it with a Coke or a Dr. Pepper because they have higher amounts of caffeine in them. Not whatchamacallums.
Cocaine.
Not energy drinks because they have other stuff in them.
Woo!
Just a regular soda. And you can eat dark chocolate and it should help get rid of your headaches. Or you could just shoot caffeine and eat dark chocolate and you probably would get rid of your headache that way too.
5-hour
Without
energy.
any Tylenol or anything. No, just a soda. Yeah, fine. It has other weird stuff in it that soda doesn't, but
All right, Nakamura!
you can get sodas that are made from sugar, cane sugar instead of high fructose corn syrup.
No, Finn Balor with the double stomp.
It's a weird double stomp. It's kind of like
Here he goes.
awkward.
He's going to end it. Coup de grace.
No.
Finn
not the
Balor
coup de grace.
wins. Nobody's home. There it is. He kneed him in the back of the head.
Raleigh says, I'm sure it was you with a decaf latte in Starbucks. Raleigh says, Bliss, Bobby Roode, Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, Ciampa, lots of people to return in 23. You think? Sophie says, you will be starving for most of the day. But are you starving?
Only if you eat carbohydrates. Like, if you don't eat carbohydrates, you won't get hungry because you've already turned over your fuel source to ketones. And so if you have any body fat at all, you're not going to get hungry because that's what it's eating. But yeah, if you eat a lot of carbohydrates, fasting isn't going to do a lot of good anyways.
No.
Because you're going to still be burning glucose at hour 15. Mm-hmm. You might be good if you went 16, 17, 18-hour fast. But you're only going to be in fat burning zone for an hour.
Yeah. Robbie says, now Travis just swallows a tablet for food. Pico says, if you had the opportunity to eat or drink something bad, Travis, what would be your choice without repercussions?
Well, Coca-Cola would be my drink. And then my food, I don't know, probably something from McDonald's. Like nuggets or, I don't know, maybe a sandwich because I haven't had bread for so long. Finn Balor won.
Yeah.
That's very weird. They were pushing Nakamura.
Yeah, they totally screwed him on that one.
10:29.
Yeah, it's weird. Sophie says, I don't know why people call certain things fasting. Ayla says, nope. So I stop eating around 7 p.m. at the latest and eat again around 3 the next day. If I'm hungry, I'll eat, but I'm usually content. Pickle says, I've been taking 30-minute walks in the afternoons, 3
Hell
times
yeah.
a week. That's awesome.
That's a good walk.
Raleigh says, update this chocolate cake nice just to let you know. Thumbs up. How scary was Brock tonight? He beat the crap out of Cody. Jesus.
He did. He broke his arm.
Ayla says, what's your opinion on soul water, Travis? Himalayan salt and water.
I've never even looked into it.
Why on earth would you need that?
But you should do salt water because you'll get more electrolytes.
It just seems weird.
As long as you're not doing it constantly. But as long as you're not retaining water in your body, you're fine.
Pickle says, oh, I'm feeling guilty munching on cookies.
Don't.
You're
Do
good.
what you gotta do. Talitha just had an ice cream sandwich for dinner.
It's probably healthier than some of the other stuff I could have had. I don't think those have a lot.
So there, that's she separated her shoulder right there. That's what it was.
What's horrible about it, though, is Dakota Kai paid for it by getting a torn ACL. So what's worse? The separated fucking shoulder or the ACL?
To be 100% honest, I think I would rather have the separated shoulder, but...
True. I mean, for time-wise...
But like life-changing...
Life-changing, I'd rather have...
The knee, I think.
The knee, the ACL.
I think
especially
it's
as an athlete, because it's different. As a normal person, though... I would fucking rather have the separated fucking shoulder than the ACL.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I don't know. That shoulder is so important when you're old.
True.
Like wiping your butt and all that kind of stuff. I just don't know the damage or if it's fixable.
Depends on what kind of separation she did, too.
Right.
Because I've dislocated my shoulder multiple times. Just not in my later life.
Get it down to the Joker. Perfect pass.
So it says, when I can't eat for a certain amount of time, I get so starved. One time I threw up.
That's good for you.
P-Call says, okay.
Did anything come out? Because if you hadn't eaten for long enough, you would just dry heave.
Food. Yeah.
And it makes you feel better.
Pickle says, okay, this is a New Japan throwback. And Sophie says, I stop eating like after 8 p.m. and I don't eat again until I think 8:30 or 9, depending on whatever time I get out of bed. Robbie says, so Nakamura, can he ever be a title contender? Well, he should have been.
I thought he was heading that way, to be honest.
Thought he was too, but not after that, what they did to him there. Raleigh says, Jesus, Sophie, sorry to hear that. I never don't eat for a long time. I'll go dizzy probably if I don't eat for, say, 10 hours. I couldn't do that. No offense to people who do it.
There again, that's from carbohydrates. Yeah. That's what the dizziness
that
comes
cake
from.
and tea you're having? Yeah, that probably will do it.
That's exactly what that is.
Sophie says, there are times I think about taking my dog for a walk, but then I change my mind like a half hour before I do it. People's like, okay, Sophie, I'm being serious here for once, but do you believe you're a healthy person? Ayla says, you're supposed to work up to longer fast times, never just jump in. Okay, so most people sleep at least 8 hours, right?
So you got an 8-hour
So you're already
advantage.
fasting while you're sleeping. That's 8 hours. So let's say that you go to bed and you get up. Go to bed at 11 and get up at 7. That's 8 hours, right? Let's say you do that. And that's 8 hours. So you're 8 hours into your fast already. Then you don't eat for a couple hours because you're awake, right? So you don't eat, let's say a few hours. You don't eat until 10 o'clock because you're just getting up, you're moving around, doing stuff. So at 10 o'clock, you decide to eat, right? So now you're at, what, 8? 11 hours, and you have fasted for 11 hours. Okay, so you start eating at 10 a.m. And then you have your dinner at 7, 8 o'clock at night, right?
Now you're pushing it back 3
so
hours.
You're already, so now you're at 8 o'clock.
15.
You're done eating. You've ate your dinner and everything. And you go to bed at 11. You've got 3 hours you're not eating. You don't drink anything either. Like, you drink water or black coffee, that's fine. Things that don't mess up your fasting.
You don't want calories.
But, I mean, most people don't most people don't. But there's a lot of you out there who drink lots of diet drinks and stuff like that, which are really bad for you. But you do it, and that's fine. It's not a big deal. But they will break your fast. So if you wake up and you pop open a Diet Coke and that's your morning, that's what you do in the morning, you're breaking your fast.
Hypothetically, you probably could get away with a sugar-free, 0-calorie Diet Coke.
I mean, I guess you could, but the problem of it is,
it's not
that
good
they
for
still
you.
have calories in them. And no matter how
they're
much
supposed to be
fake
zero-
sugar shit that they
zero
put in there,
calorie.
they aren't 0 calories though. They still have calories in them. And no matter how much fake sugar shit they put in them, it still makes your body think that you're getting food. So you're still broke your fast. No matter what, you broke your fast. No matter how good the sugar is for you, no matter how much it doesn't spike your glucose, your body still has a spike. It may not be a big
Did
one,
he get
but it
kicked
still
out
goes
or
up.
something, or what? Why did LeBron just leave?
Yeah, why'd he leave? What's wrong with him?
Oh, he's just getting a head start. It's halftime.
Oh. He's like, I really need to go into the break by myself and get myself together. Anyways, so then you have, what? You're at 14 hours already. You're literally at 14 hours for a fast. If you stop eating at 8 and you start eating at 10 in the morning, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., you're fasting for 14 hours already. See what I mean? Like, so in all reality, if you make that window smaller, it's not that big of a deal. But what you eat during the time you eat is the biggest thing of all. It's what you decide to eat during the times you eat that changes everything. Not how long you fast, it's what you decide to eat during the time you eat for your calorie intake. So,
Yes.
there you go.
High fat. You want fat. Lots of fat.
Yes.
And that'll
But good fat.
satiate you.
So you want butter. You want fatty meats.
No carbohydrates
Not
at all.
necessarily red meat, just fatty meat. You
Sonia.
want avocados. You want lots of greens and vegetables. You can have fruit and stuff, but again, that's a
Fish.
huge carb. Fatty fish and stuff.
Sonia and Chelsea. Thank you, WWE, for this combo.
Basically, what you're saying is, thank you, what's her face, for getting broken. Or getting a baby.
There's nothing
in her.
wrong with Carmella.
Carmella getting a baby in her.
Carmella's fine.
I know, but I think it was weird because Chelsea and her are kind of the same.
Yeah.
Where Sonia's a badass. It's kind of like having Mandy and Sonia together
it
again in a
helps.
way. Not really, but kind of. So he says, I only do fasting. I have to do blood work the next day. Pico says, I think I may be 20 to 25 pounds overweight for my height and age. So he says, I'm not a healthy person. Pico says, I just need to be more active and push away the plate sometimes. Pico says, my army weight was about 165, 170. I'm 195 right now.
Yeah, my hardest thing is to not finish what's on my plate.
Yeah,
I know that
it's so ingrained.
I think that is one of my big things. I have stopped eating 8 eggs a day, and I went down to 4.
Yeah.
That is a big thing for me.
It's so ingrained in our minds to finish your plate. Like, especially growing up with any kind of parent that was like,
Yeah.
either because of a certain ethnicity of your parent, Piccola, or it has to do with how your parents were raised.
Right.
My parents were raised by people who went through the Depression. And so it was like, you better finish your fucking food.
Clean your plate.
You better fucking clean your plate. And it wasn't because it's for starving kids in Africa. It was like, you better fucking clean your plate.
Daphne is our referee tonight
Good.
for this match. Sonia just dropping bombs. Bringing the hammer.
Go Sonia. Just get her. She's like, I got to make sure she goes down fast. So it says, sometimes I don't eat lunch every day. It looks like I fast and still on the high healthy end of the BMI crap. Not like that's super reliable. So
Yeah, BMI doesn't count.
it's probably you just need to add exercise in, Ayla. If you added exercise in, it probably would change. That's what probably is the only difference of what you need to do.
Yeah,
So-
but BMIs are stupid anyway.
BMIs are dumb, and I'm not talking about BMI. I'm talking about the high healthy end of the BMI kind of stuff. Who cares about the BMI? If you're worried about your weight, exercise has to come into play. And just walking will help.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all you want to do. Rack rod.
Sophie says, I'm about over 200 pounds, but I didn't weigh myself every day like most people do. Vindicator says Balor will probably be next in line to challenge Seth or Styles for that world title until Cody gets over his mercenary cowboy problem.
Oh, are we going to see who her partner's going to be? Is it Shotzi?
Yep.
Yeah, they're putting her with Shotzi.
Well, that's not good.
Did they just call her the ballsy badass?
I guess. Ella says that didn't make sense. I'm almost not healthy on the BMI. I'm almost in red. Sophie says I'm not a saltwater fan. Raleigh says I hate Coca-Cola. I had a lovely McDonald's burger today. Wow, Finn Balor actually winning matches. What's going on last 2 years?
Very
Loses
weird.
every match. Raleigh says, I'm sorry, what's an ice cream sandwich? Oh! Okay, so I didn't really have an ice cream sandwich.
Shotzi.
It was ice cream on a stick.
Shotzi just did that like she was fired out of a gun. That's how you get it done, girl.
That's funny.
Usually girls don't do good at that.
She's been working on her throwing herself out of the ring.
Yeah, I'll show it to you. See?
Oh, wow, she did.
I thought she was going to separate her shoulder when she landed. Can you imagine?
Oh.
That would be hilarious.
Like, Raquel, we can't put you with anybody. For some ungodly reason, there's a curse. And everybody separates their shoulder when they're with you. Yeah, she learned to jump through the ring ropes better
than any girl.
Haven't seen a good girl jump through the ropes for a while.
For a minute. There it is. Let's see. Whoop.
He's hurting so bad. Anyways, Raleigh, but an ice cream sandwich here in America is basically like little thin pieces of like a soft cookie, and then you put ice cream between them and eat them. You could do it. Take your biscuits, like some soft biscuits, like soft ones, and just get some ice cream and put it between there and make yourself an ice cream sandwich. Sophie says, how long does it take to heal a shoulder? Depends on the injury, Sophie.
It depends on if there's a surgery, too. If there's a surgery, then you're looking at up to 6 months.
Yeah. Ayla says, I heard it helps with hydration. Soul water has a bunch of minerals in it. Minerals are what you want. It's not necessarily salt that you want, though. Minerals are a good thing to have in your water, though.
Salt's fine.
Salt is, but you don't want it to be, like, all the time. If you're trying to, like, get minerals into yourself, you don't want to drink something that just has salt in it, too. You want the minerals as well, but you don't want to drink straight salt water with minerals. Robbie says, people just think because you're slim, you're healthy. Sophie says, I could drink water cold or room temp. Raleigh says, did you see the Mercedes Moné? Sasha Banks knew she broke her ankle last night.
Is that what it was? I saw the fall. Mercedes. I saw the fall off the corner, but they didn't pan down. Like you couldn't see. And then she just kind of grabbed her lower half, but I couldn't tell what was happening.
Yeah, Raleigh, yeah, I'm not a fan of her, but that doesn't mean I really want her to get hurt. Like, just because I say things, guys, doesn't mean I really want them to get broken. Just because I say I want them to get broken. Pickle says, yeah, BMI is tough to manage. You have to be a triathlete or something to meet standards on that scale.
Yeah. I was at like 5.5% body fat when I was 23.
You were still obese.
And I was 20.
BMI
I was
still
like
obese.
22 pounds overweight.
For your BMI.
Like, that's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why you can't go by those things because they're not, like, they're the dumbest thing ever invented. Vindicator says another meaningless rematch. Not enough women on this roster to make things interesting or not enough smart people to book better matches. Robbie says, why is Gonzalez such a boring wrestler?
She's just a powerhouse. It's just a different style. It's okay. I think you should have different styles. You don't want everybody to do the exact same stuff.
Like, no, just yellow stuff. It was like exactly Fat Lisa when I was pregnant. The nurses always told me to watch my BMI. I'm like, why? Sophie says there are times when I take my pill, it doesn't always go down. Robbie says, you should be a TV doctor on Ellen. Ayla's like, Talitha, what about people who sleep eat? Those people probably need to go have themselves checked out for their sleep issues.
Yeah, not
their eating issues.
That's a mental.
That's a whole different aspect of if you have to take Ambien to sleep and your Ambien makes you wake up to eat food, like you sleepwalk, sleep eat. Yeah, there's something else wrong with your brain.
I took one of those and then tried to kill my roommate. And he had to lock himself in the bedroom as I tried to break down the door.
Jesus.
So it's the funny thing is I woke up on the couch the next morning and I know I went to bed.
In your bed, right?
And so I woke up and I was normal and everything was fine. And my friends are like, dude, you were a wacko last night. And they told me what happened.
Oh, Jesus.
And I had no idea that this had happened. Then I started remembering it about like a week and a half later. I started kind of remembering my dream.
Right?
But it wasn't a fucking dream. It was real.
Oh,
Like-
but you thought it was a dream.
Yeah.
You're like, it was zombies. You guys were zombies.
We used to get, so you know the canal, the river that runs through town?
Right.
You know the fence? So I lived on North Johnson. So
Right.
like my backyard was that. I used to get on the fence, stand on it,
Oh, God.
and then run down it.
Oh, Jesus.
Right? Like, so I'm
Okay.
running on top of a chain link fence that's 6 feet tall. But if you fall up to the right, you're going down like 35 feet or more.
Oh, jeez.
Or you fall,
6
6 feet on the other
Right.
side.
Or 8,
But,
depending.
but we used to get hammered drunk and do it.
Oh,
So we
God.
just get up there and see who could run the furthest down it. Nobody ever fell in the river, but I fell off the fence the other way a few times.
Jesus Christ.
There was a couple times I would climb over and then down onto the concrete and just be on that side.
Right?
It's funny because you know where Del Monte's is?
Yes.
So now 1 block south
Okay.
or north, 1 block north, there's a bridge there now.
Right.
That bridge was being built when I lived there.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't there, but we'd walk across the girders,
Oh, yeah.
and that's all they were was just metal girders.
Yep.
That was pretty scary because they're only like that wide at the top, and they're about that far apart.
That's funny.
But we used to drink a lot, and we always drank wine somehow.
Ew.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. Like they
Gross.
loved wine, and so we'd get wine, and it was so disgusting for like the first like 5 minutes. Like obviously it got better until
Right.
you're puking off the porch, which I puked off the porch pretty much 3 days a week.
So he says I sometimes sleep 8 hours, sometimes I sleep for 10, depending on whatever time I go to bed, which varies every night. Just 10 hours? My fucking God.
10
something's
hours.
wrong
That's
with
a
you.
good fast right there.
Piccola says,
Are you depressed?
So you can
Do you take
snack
any
and eat all you want in your
antidepressants?
window. Yes, Piccola, you can snack and eat all you want in your window, and as long as you're eating within your calories, right? So if you're doing only 2,000 calories, what you eat during your window is what you want to eat, right? So if you're like, I'm going to break my fast.
Right.
That's what breakfast is, right? It's just breaking your fast.
Break fast.
It doesn't matter what you eat
What the hell is
or
she
when
wearing?
you eat,
She look good though.
but it's breaking your fast.
Look at Becky dressed.
So you don't have to like eat eggs and toast.
I
and
will
shit.
tell you this right now. If you eat stuff that doesn't spike your insulin at all,
Yeah, you'll have a better day.
and you fast, you don't need to count calories.
No, you don't.
I think you'll be 100% fine. I think calories won't matter, and you won't be hungry,
True.
and so you won't
And
need.
so you have to make sure you eat because you
Well,
won't be hungry.
You can fast for a couple days.
Well, that's true, but still.
Like if you forget, you're like, I'll just eat tomorrow. That's when you know you're there. That's it. And sometimes it takes 2 months, 3 months to get there. But once you're there, you'll know you're there because you don't care about food anymore.
Yep.
And that's the beautiful place to be when you can sit there and go, I don't need to eat today at all. Like I'm fine. Because usually there's a lot of fear. Like if we don't eat, we're going to die.
Yep.
Like, and it, by the way, it also spikes your adrenaline, which is your fight or flight response. So your autonomic and nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes it can be a little scary when you're first starting because you don't know what's happening, but you'll get more comfortable with it. And then it's way cool once you realize you don't have to have a panic attack if you're not eating.
Right. Ayla says, so you fast for 10 to 8 hours. Yeah, Sophie does. Ayla says, yes, fat leaves. The goal isn't to starve. You need calories in your window. Robbie says, but some drinks have empty calories, so they weigh less. Robbie says, so Ayla eating 2K calories. And Sophie says, we just went through a 5-hour draft, and we're already seeing matches that we already have seen before. Piccolo says, so he's on a clip to score 60. I don't know. He will get gassed. Ravi says, does your stomach shrink if you fast a lot?
Yes, that's another beautiful thing.
Sophie says, what happens if you miss a meal during your window of fasting?
Nothing.
Nothing. You won't die. You just go to the next day.
Just know that you can go like 30 days without food.
Just remember, guys, that you can fill up on water. It really does work.
Or tea.
or black coffee. Just stuff that doesn't have other things added to it. Robbie says Sonia has a liquor license. LOL. Pico's like, oh, dumb. Mommy has some makeup. Sophie says, it is so hot here. It is even hot when it's 7 a.m. It was like, Sophie, just eat. Pico says, cough, cough. Asian kill you. Look thin. Eat more. Right? Ayla says, glad grandma never made me finish all the food on my plate.
Right.
Sophie says, it is the beginning of summer and it is also going to be rainy and hurricane
Holy
season
shit.
soon.
Do you see Becky's sunglasses? They're hands.
Oh, are they? That's
See.
funny.
There's not even lenses in them.
That's crazy weird.
It's just two hands over your eyes.
Well, there you go.
It's peekaboo.
Like this.
See no evil. Yeah.
Anyways.
Trish Stratus.
Yeah, Ayla.
Fantastic.
Sherry never did that kind of stuff. She wasn't that type, but you got to remember Travis stayed a lot at Grandma and Grandpa Fern and, and Larry's. And so it's different. Different environment, different people. Finish your plate. You want more? So he says it is the beginning of summer and it's also going to be rainy and hurricane season soon. And Pico says, well, that was quick. Chris says, I told you, fucking Shotzi. Sophie says, wasn't Shotzi a heel the last time we saw her on WWE TV, which was a while ago? And Pico says, Shotzi can't dive on me anytime.
I don't think she was a heel.
I don't remember her being a heel.
I don't remember her being a heel.
Last time
she was kind of against the babyface because she went up against Charlotte there for a minute. And
Pico's like, Shotzi can dive on me anytime. And Chris says, damn, Sonia looks so incredible tonight. And Chris like, hello, Pico. And Ayla says, soul water, you fill like a 4th cup of salt in a jar. Fill the rest of the jar with water. Wait and drink 1 teaspoon in an 8-ounce cup of water. I don't know. Just watched a video about it. Problem of it is, Ayla, is that what water are they using to fill it up? Because salt is just one thing. And if you're getting other minerals, if you're filtering your water in any way, you're not getting minerals.
it's hard not to filter your water because there's so much chlorine and stuff in it. So you got to get it up from the mountains.
Yeah.
Go up Scout.
Sophie says, I can't drink and sleep at the same time. I tried it a couple times. And I was like, try harder. Because I was like, what? Wait, what kind of stuff makes you manic like that? And Neil's like, Ambien. Yeah, Ambien.
Yeah, I got them from my mom. I was like, I wasn't even that old. I was probably like 18, 19 years old.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I was older than that. I was like 22.
Oh, because the work you did? Sophie says, at least you remember your dreams. When I dream, I don't remember every detail of it.
I remember every dream I have every night. Until about noon. And then I forget them.
Sophie says, how hot does Idaho get this time of year?
Right now, about 85.
Well,
But
it's not
usually
supposed to
about
be that
70.
hot.
But it was 80 the last couple days.
Yeah.
But around 70. I think our average right now is 72. 71.
Is our normal average.
Right.
Is what
A
it's
10-year
supposed to be.
average. I put it on my phone. I have my 10-year average on my phone.
Yeah, it's like, get in. And he's like, it gets hot, not crazy hot. It was mid-80s. That's hot for this time of year, Ayla. It's May. John says, Becky is Lady Go-Go.
Yeah.
Sophie says, no antidepressants. My body sometimes wakes me up at random times and I don't realize what time it is until I look at my phone. Chris says, here comes two-timing Bex. Sophie says, I go to bed most nights at 1:30 or 2 and wake up like 7 or 8. Piccolo says, okay, she back. This is Becky's a boss. It was like, that's not 8 to 10 hours. It's really not. It's like 6.
Oh, dude fumbled.
Is that a fumble? That's not a fumble in this sport, is it?
They don't call it that, but I call it what I want. If you lose the ball, it's a fumble. You're fumbling.
Right. Chris says, holy fuck, Becky Lynch looks so fucking hot tonight, like a street rocker for sure.
Yeah, she looked good.
So he says there are nights after wrestling you go to bed right away and don't wake up till 7 or 8. Vindicator says, see, Becky is back to wearing her dumb outlandish outfits again. Sophie says, salt water is nasty.
It is.
Yeah, Grandma McCormick made me finish all of my mac and tomato. Filtered spring water is what the video said. I'm not going to do it, just curious. John says, sweet baby Jesus, Trisha's rack.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
And she's leaning over the table, so. It was like, supposedly you can't taste the salt. Pickle says, Trisha's Canadian accent, I can hear it at times. Turnover. That's what you call it, a turnover, not a fumble.
You can fumble it and not cause a turnover.
Yeah, so what do you call that?
I told you, I call it a fumble.
Corey Graves is like, hey, I'm leaving now.
They call it a strip.
Oh.
But
It was like, you're supposed to use the big chunk rock size Himalayan salt, leave it in the water for 24 hours. Huh.
are you fermenting it?
Top 20 dangerous in the chat. Hey, top 20.
Top 20.
How's it going? Hindi my boy. Really? That's creepy. People says, okay. Vindicator says, I guess Trish and Natty went to the same breast surgeon. Maybe.
Don't know. Maybe they're in Canada. Do Canadians know how to operate?
Can they even do that in Canada? Is
Breast
it legal
hog.
that they can actually do something like
Have to
that,
run
or
it
are they
through-
not allowed
As
to
long
do
as
stuff?
Trudeau can touch them afterwards.
Oh, is that how it goes?
Little Fidel. Yes, Trish.
John says he should get a gold medal. It was like, I think you're just soaking salt in water. Right, Hila?
Say it to her face.
Yeah, thank you. Oh,
Ouch.
that was mean.
Look at my new thumbnail. It's going to be that. It's going to be a good one.
Cool.
Isn't that a song?
Here I'm it. You're not. Yes.
You're hot, then you're cold, you're up, then you're down. No, then you're right. Blah, 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 blah.
Ravi probably knows that song really well.
He knows all songs. He's
Does
a
he?
DJ.
Is that the last one you're doing for the night?
Yeah. Why would you change that?
I have no idea.
How can you get more
You
perfect?
still have an hour.
Yeah, but the only thing that's left is Sammy and those guys.
Oh.
If nobody clicks on that, then they hate women.
Pickle's like spinning bars. Yeah, spinning bars. Ayla said, also figured out that we have burr weed, not goat heads. And vinegar with 30% acidity works really well to get rid of them.
Nice. I don't know what normal vinegar has. Is it 30?
Yes, just regular vinegar. Let's go out and spray them. Put them in a spray bottle.
No fighting. Usually see fighting at these.
She ran away before they could.
The man chased off the diva. Woof woof, she said. Woof woof.
What's that about?
He was barking at her. I don't know. They were talking about barking.
Oh, okay.
That's your game, by the way.
Sweet.
Do you want me to download it tomorrow?
Can. If you want to
I was
see
going to
how
ask
it
you that.
will.
So do I just put it under my account then?
Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't matter. I don't need an account.
Because it's Microsoft. So it's a little different.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you can play it literally on any gaming system anywhere. Like, you can be in, like, Idle Falls and play it there
Right.
on somebody else's.
Oh, yeah. Ayla says normal vinegar is 5%. Oh, is it 5%? Huh, weird. I thought it was more than that. Chris says, oh, Becky would have barked like a dog in Attitude Era, I guess. Picola says, I know what it's about. What is it about, Picola? Because I don't. Vindicator says, so Trish and Becky hair was easily the best thing about the contract promo, which I don't understand why it's needed for a regular match. John says, Trish can't fight with that vest on. Those things would knock Becky out.
Yeah.
Ayla says, white distilled vinegar is 5%. This vinegar we found in the garden aisle. Oh, I see. It's not distilled vinegar then. And Luke's in the chat. Hi, Luke.
Hey, Luke.
How's it going, my man? How's everything going? How you doing? You ready for summer? How's it going? Says, hey, Travis.
He's like, break it.
Hello. Because it says old Attitude Era segment where Trish was imitating a dog for Vinnie Mac. Oh, that's creepy. Chris says that they were talking about barking because Vince made Trish bark like dog on national TV in the Attitude Era. It was funny as fuck, but degrading for sure.
I think I remember that.
People's like, oh, so apple cider vinegar is helpful for fat loss?
Yes.
Picole's like, hiya, Luke. And John's like, Luke, I'm not your father. And Luke's like, Summer can go jump off a bridge. I hate heat.
Yeah.
Is it like 90 degrees in Ireland? Because I heard that it's like 90 degrees in Canada and places that it shouldn't be 90 degrees. And it's all on fire. Kayla says, I think making yourself more acidic helps. I don't know. Vindicator says, glad to see your name in here again, Luke. And Luke says, oh, look, a joke I've heard 1 bazillion number of trizillion times. Okay, over there.
Everything's just bunched.
John's like, add 1. Kayla's like, Luke, I'm also not your father.
Right? Nope. Here it comes. Dominic versus Apollo.
Yay for that. Oh, looks like hi, Ayla and Pequan. And Chris says, yeah, and Vince made her strip to her brown panties and the bark like dog. Took a page out of the book of Coming to America, huh? People's like,
jump on one foot.
Jeez, awkward. John's like, add 2. Ayla's like, add 2, seeing how you didn't acknowledge my presence. He just did. But here's like, Ayla, there was never a female Darth Vader, though. LOL.
They didn't woke it yet.
They haven't made it all woke.
They'll remake it.
Don't worry, it'll happen. Ayla's like, oh, now you notice me and Fat Lisa. Chris is like, here comes Heat Magnet Dom. Yeah. Old Dom. It looks like the great thing is with everyone telling me they are not my dad, I can easily find out who is. Yeah, Luke, I'm your fucking daddy.
Oh, God. Here it is, the Dominic Mysterio storyline.
I'm your fucking daddy, bitch. John's like, acknowledge her. And Ayla's like, Vin, how dare you? It's 2023. Haha. Because like, oh, I've seen some hot cosplays of cis with boobs and bikinis. It was like freaky typos and losing my mind. I figured it out. You said, how dare you? And then to like 2023 going on 1993. Looks like I refuse to call you Mammy. Delete that. I didn't say that. I'm your daddy. There's a complete difference, man. Complete difference. Nobody said
Pappy.
anything about Mammy.
It's Pappy or something like Pappy.
Oh, no. No, Daddy. Yeah, like Daddy Sonia. Like Daddy. You get it? Yeah, got it? Good. It was like, will you call me Papa? People is laughing. Looks like, well, I'm not calling you Pappy or Daddy either. Oh, I see how it is.
Hey, we got ourselves a basketball game if you guys are watching that. They were up by 15 just a minute ago. And now it's 4.
Denver, kill him, murder him, get him. If he's going to get hurt, make him real hurt. Don't pretend.
Hurting people.
It was like, or Poppy. And John's like, Pappy. And Chris says, funny how Aaliyah kissed Murphy, but Dom isn't kissing Rhea. Either Buddy Murphy is insecure and doesn't want Rhea to kiss Dom, or Rhea doesn't want to kiss Dom.
Nobody wants to kiss Dom. He's a weirdo.
Why would anybody want to kiss him? That's so weird. Because, like, do you love it when you call her Big Papa?
Are they calling that a 3-point foul?
It says, say Poppy in a Spanish accent, I'll be there, my son. Luke says it was 88 today, but with 94% humidity. Oh, so it's like being home in America. That's sweet. You thought you guys were leaving to get away from that stuff. That's hilarious. Oh, look, barf. It's the Little Mermaid. And Pickle's like, sounds like you're in Florida, Luke. How? What? I can barf about the Little Mermaid all I want. Barf, Little Mermaid. Barf, the Little Mermaid. Barf, barf, Little Mermaid. Barfity, barf, barf. Food orders show
Got
up
ourselves a
here.
basketball game. Hasn't been this close since the first quarter.
John says that's sweaty balls weather, and Luke's like, I would never be in Florida. Luke, it sounds like you are in Florida. So there's that. Hi, Cat. What you doing, Leopold? What you doing? What are you doing, huh, buddy? What are you doing? Ayla's like, I'm vomiting with you, Dalitha. Let's hold hands about it. Yay.
1 point game. Denver,
Hold hands.
don't call it a comeback.
Hey, buddy. Hi, thank you. Oh, my gosh. Do you need cuddle bottles, huh? Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Oh, look at you. Pickle's like right avoiding the AIDS and gators. Looks like weather like this is exactly the top reason I would never go to Florida. But, Luke, you didn't even have to leave Ireland and you're in Florida. That's the ironic part about it. See why we're making fun? Just don't have AIDS and gators with it as well. So you're not getting the whole experience of Florida, just a small percentage. It was like, it's just not regular AIDS, it's mutated.
Airborne.
It's airborne AIDS in Florida. Only certain parts of it, too, which is even weirder. Does that feel nice? Squishy, 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 squishy. Oh, Dad making funny noises over there. It scared you a little.
Rack Rod.
Sounds like
Shotzi.
Sharks and Lightning also. Florida sucks. Pickle's like, you just missing Epcot and Harry Potter exhibit. Looks like AIDS Gators. Sounds like something created during McQuim times. Or is that Miami? Miami Vice?
Poor shots.
Ah, got it. Miami Vice.
That's a terrible promos between these two.
Ah, it's not going to be any worse than Live With Her.
That's true.
Why you're so upset about it?
I feel like she could have got a mouthpiece.
Robbie's like, so who main eventing?
The Uso, or no, not Imperium and Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Riddle.
Or your mom. One or the other. But we're pretty sure it's that wrestling group's.
Apollo Crews, co-main eventing though. He's going to go and lose to Dominic Mysterio.
Vindicator says Shotzi is even hotter with those pigtails. But I'm not feeling your tagging with Rack Rod again.
Rack Rod and the Rack. That's going to be their name.
Ella says, I don't know when it started, but I'd assume the 70s, maybe the 80s. It was a dark time. Pickle's like, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong.
No,
Chris says,
airball.
Shotzi x Raquel scissoring time. Ew, gross.
Lakers aren't going to win if they can't rebound. Just saying.
Oh,
There it
no.
is. They got the lead. And won. They just took the lead.
He just made it rain.
Let it rain.
Let it rain.
All right, Apollo Crews got Dominic in a side headlock,
Make it rain.
which is the greatest wrestling move ever.
Don't they have another quarter to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, there's plenty of game left. But
Right.
it was a huge lead. That's what I'm getting at. They're coming back. And if they can keep up the work, they can get up, 20-point lead by the end of the game.
John's like, LMAO. She keeps saying his mom, LOL. But here, since I wish Apollo and Montez were in a meaningful program together, they would banger matches for sure.
Look at Apollo just holding Dominic up and drops him down to the vertical suplex.
Pico says 80s was the crazy times. Thank you.
Little kids getting AIDS and they didn't know why. And then they found out it was from blood. And then they just kept giving them blood anyways.
Chris says, actually, Travis, the rear chin lock is best.
Ooh.
Pico says, oh, by the way, that guy, Murray, number 27, he's a big-time fourth quarter guy, Travis.
Good. You know, I was watching a thing before this started, and I guess he tore his knee up last year. Is that... And so he had to go through a rehab. They were showing his rehab.
Is he on the Denver Nuggets?
Yeah. He's their guard or whatever. I don't know if he's a guard or a forward. He's like a wing.
Travis says, let D try the side headlock on you, Travis, and see if it's the greatest move.
I've been put in a side headlock before. Been punched in the head a few times.
What is that?
It's just a headlock like this. Like, you punch like that.
Oh.
Side headlock.
Oh, when you have older siblings and they give you head noogies?
No, I'm talking about in like real fights. I've been put in a headlock before. Got punched a couple
John
times.
says, cocaine cowboys. Ayla's like, okay, I'm out. Hearts. Night, Travis, text me back, by the way. What the fuck? I don't get
Did I not text you back? It was fine. I'm fine. That's fine. I thought I text back. Maybe I didn't. I think my phone might have died.
Why did I get text? Just kidding. I'm kidding. Looks like Night. Ayla, Chris says, apparently Kevin Owens calls himself the Chinlock Master. Oh, well, he's a Chinlock Master, all right.
The double chin master.
Ayla's like, good night, my son, Luke. And Luke's like, that. I'm confused. I hate Dom's tattoo. It's creepy weird. I don't like it. His weird tribal tattoo he has on his arm, and it has like polka dots. It's so strange. People's like, night, Ayla. And
Is
Rob
it worse
like,
than a
"D
Pepsi
crying
signal?"
with the bad jokes. It might be. It's probably right up there.
I don't know if I could
Look
ever
at it.
have a Pepsi tattoo. That would probably be my if I lost a big bet.
Well, why would you? You don't even like Pepsi.
Exactly. That's what I said. It would be like...
It was like the new way to say daddy. Good night, my son, Luke. Yay.
So Dominic's going to beat Apollo.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably going to be because Rhea.
Right?
That's just dumb. At some point, you just got to get rid of Dom. Oh, that was a botch.
For who?
Apollo screwed up there. 2, and Dominic
like,
kicks
oh,
out.
Pepsi tats are the buzz these days. Oh, Piccola, we know you're a big fan.
Drop kick in the back. 619.
Oh, he
Missed it.
missed out. How dare you use your dad's move?
Oh, big
You
lariat.
don't even like him. You should just go around the ring and just get down on the other side. Why even bother? Feels like I'm getting mine next week. Not surprising. Not surprising.
Oh, he's going to win by count out. If the referee's going to still count.
I think you forgot how. Probably's like, oh, hello, do you want a Pepsi tattoo?
He'll get in. As he was getting up like that.
He's like, let me throw myself in here so you can pin me.
A 5-star frog splash? That's dumb. 452.
So stupid. John says Pepsi Zero tapped. Yeah, that's stuff. Nobody cares. No, nobody in the audience is screaming. Lies. All lies. Secrets and lies. Secrets and lies. Secrets and lies. Secrets and lies. I don't know why I started saying that. Somebody asked me where it came from. Like, I have absolutely no idea. I don't know if it was a movie I saw. And it was just like, secrets and lies. Secrets and lies. Robbie's like, how do you know? How do you know what, Robbie? The people in the audience don't care because they're all sitting on their asses and not clapping. So I'm pretty sure that they are not screaming for the fact that Dom won that. I'm pretty sure they're like, yeah, no.
Oh, he's weaving in there. Kicks it outside. They're not even trying to score. Here's Joker.
Boop. Got your nose.
Dude should have been MVP this year, too, and I'm pretty sure he lost out to Embiid just because he's already won it twice, and they didn't want to give it to him 3 times. They don't like giving out that third MVP.
Don't bite. Don't bite. No biting. Robbie says, tell me lies. Tell me sweet little lies. No.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet
It's
little
not about a
lies.
song. It's nothing to do with songs. Weirdness. Weirdos. They're gonna crown one and it's gonna happen. John's like, Embiid sucks. Always gets hurt.
Embiid.
People says, no, they sure don't. They like to spread the wealth.
They need to trade him, but the problem with that is that he's so good, he's going to get him to the playoffs every year. But sometimes you want to go further than just getting there.
Right, you want to actually win something.
Right, and so he's going to need somebody else, but who are you going to get? Because it seems like all the other people are like shitty, like Kyrie Irving and the guys that go from team to team that are good, but that don't win you championships.
Boop. Chris says AJ Styles greatest modern wrestler of all time outside of WWE. Put it that way. Pico says Giannis deserved another.
Probably.
Robbie says, why is the main event so bad these days?
I don't think you say the G. I think it's Giannis.
Giannis?
Yeah.
Giannis. Pico says, oh, that reminds me to text a friend. Text a friend. Tell a friend. Who's your friend? Baltimore. Apple Core. Who's your friend?
I was like in grade school, and there was this kid that was 2 years older than me, and his name was Neil.
Neil?
And I used to sing Neil, Neil, the Rotten Apple Pill. And
Oh.
he was 2 years older than me, so he probably would have beat me up.
Right.
But anyways, like, he'd get mad at me or whatever, but not like too bad. One time I'm just standing in line at the bus and I'm just saying it, but like not realizing he's there. Like, because it was just
Right.
singing a catchy tune.
Right.
And he's like, seriously? And I'm like, oh shit, I forgot. Sorry. It's kind of funny.
Stop calling me that.
Neil, Neil, the Rotten Apple Pill.
It's not funny.
Good game. We're definitely going to score 100 in this game, since there's a whole fourth quarter coming up.
Mm-hmm.
They've scored over 30 per quarter so far. Bird's going to shit on your head.
That's weird and stupid. I don't like it. Make it go away.
Well, I don't know who the girl is or why they have her on there.
Bobby says D would make a good phone a friend for who wants to be a millionaire. No, I really wouldn't.
Oh, God.
It'd be a terrible phone a friend. Don't
They
do
still
it.
have that.
I don't know.
They should bring that game back. That was a fun game.
Yeah?
Did you not like it?
It was fine.
Some of the questions were very complex. But some of them were easy. I think I got like $1 million one once.
Mm.
Like the $1 million question. Not all the questions to get to $1 million, but
Right.
I can't remember what it was. It was an old guy, had long gray hair. And he got it too.
Nice.
Because it was like an easy question. I'm like, why would you give an easy question for the main question? It's nuts once you get up there in the hundreds of thousands, though, because it's guaranteed you can just leave.
Right.
And they're like, well, you can get nothing or walk away with 250,000. You're like,
Right.
well, can I guess? And if I get it wrong, can I still have 250,000? Nope. It's like, meh.
Piccolo says, not that. Piccolo says that's the NBA these days. Up and down scoring and soft. Not enough imposing characters in the NBA anymore.
No Bill Laimbeer. Nobody likes Bill Laimbeer. But he definitely changed the sport in the 80s.
Always says, do you're more of a Family Feud person, I guess.
That's a good one. I like that one.
I've had jobs where they play that Family Feud, like as a thing. It's stupid. I hate it. So I'm not sure I'd really like to be on the show itself.
Smack it. Smack
Chris
the
is
buzzer.
like, Travis, thoughts on my boy Victor Wimbayana? He is on the San Antonio Spurs. He is a giant.
Huh.
People's like, I
don't know
can't
what that
stand that bastard. That's his thoughts on it. It's my thoughts on
I don't
it,
know
too.
anybody really.
I don't know any of these people.
I play the 2K
What is this?
23 or whatever it is.
What is this?
But
What is
I've
this?
been playing on career mode, but I started in like 93 or something
Right.
with the Jazz. So, but I have three-peated. Won 3 championships in a row. Karl Malone's been the MVP 2 years in a row.
Right.
But it's definitely a hard one.
Hi,
And
Kitty.
the game, like, they trade player, like Jordan got traded to the Celtics. Like, who the fuck would trade Michael Jordan?
In your game.
Yeah.
You're like, you dumb bastards. This is why I'm not playing anymore. How can you be so stupid?
I got beat the other day, like, by 25 points
Wow.
by the Minnesota Timberwolves. They're good. Kevin Garnett's so good in that stupid game. KG!
That's funny.
Good stuff. Why are y'all weird?
I just hit a wall finally.
Do you need some caffeine?
No. It's done. Pico says he's a Frenchman, 7'4", and is supposedly a generational type player, but with those wafer thin guys, you never know. Could have bad knees.
Yeah, it's tough. And then, you know, I mean, the game has changed so much that a little guy could be good, but you'd have to see how fast he runs the floor and how good he plays defense. And if is he like Manute Bol? Remember Manute Bol? Like, he was pretty good at shot blocking, and he could score here and there, but he was just a big, tall, gangly guy.
That's weird.
I think his son plays, doesn't he? Does Manute Bol's son play in the NBA, or is he still in college?
Pico says I was talking about Lambeer, ultimate hate for the Pistons.
Oh, yeah. I loved the Pistons in the 80s, and I was a huge Laker fan, and obviously they played the Lakers in the playoffs and stuff, or in the championship. But those bad boy teams were so good, and they made Michael Jordan great because Jordan had to beat them. He had to figure out a way how to beat them, and the only way he could do it is get bigger and stronger, and that's what made Michael Jordan. If he would have never had to go through the Pistons, he may never have been the greatest player of all time. He was forged in the fire.
Chris says Travis thoughts on Tony Kemp of the Oakland A's.
I don't have a lot to say. I'm excited for the A's to move to Vegas, though. That's going to be exciting. They're getting a new stadium, hopefully opening by 26, it looked like, maybe 27.
So they want to move him there before then, though?
They probably won't. They
Oh.
could. I don't know if they have any sort of complex where they could play.
Right.
But anything's better than Oakland.
Pico's like, bowl, what? Bowl?
Manute Bol.
Bowl?
Is that his name? Bol?
I don't know. It's B-O-L. I don't know who he's talking
I mean,
about.
well, if it's Bol, that's Manute Bol is how you spell his name, so
Oh.
it is. I just didn't know what his first name was. Is it Manute? Or is Manute's son named Bol? He named his son Bol, like a clown.
Oh, no, that guy's broken.
I think they took his ear off.
He probably missed his ear.
Let's see. Did he lose his ear?
It's because of him. He elbowed him right in the head on purpose.
Was that LeBron?
Yeah. Number 6.
Yeah.
He's like, I did it on purpose. We know you did. We know you did it on purpose.
I didn't on purpose.
He tells everything on purpose. Just kidding. FaZe Games 2K in the chat. Hey, FaZe says, what is the main event of Raw?
It's happening right now. It's Imperium versus Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Riddle.
Yep.
Matt,
People's like
Matt
his
Riddle?
son. Google him.
Is he in the NBA? That's the only question I had. Why are you shooting from so far out? That shot made no sense. Woo! Oh, trap! What happened? I don't have the volume on, so I don't know what happened. A foul somehow. Turn the ball over. Maybe traveled.
Right. People's like spitting image plays for the Magic.
Ah, there it is. So he's just a tall. Is he the same height? Is he like 6'7" like his dad, or 7'6" like his dad? What am I, dyslexic?
I don't know what's happening to you.
James is dead. Oh, he's getting up. He hurt his shoulder.
Oh no. He's like, well, I'll show you how to hurt yourself. Let me throw myself down on the ground real quick.
Look at him banging down low. Oh. That started the fast break.
Oh no.
So
He touched my arm.
I didn't see a foul.
There wasn't. He just pretended that he got hurt. What a loser.
He's a terrible free throw shooter. People think that this guy could even play against Michael Jordan, and it's pretty funny. Like that he's a good player.
What?
And it's like, dude, his free throw percentage is like 70, so.
Haven't seen anything good so far.
In LeBron's career, he's
Yeah.
the all-time leading scorer in the history of NBA. He passed
Let's
Lou
play.
Alcindor this year.
Let's play the games where if you get checked like this, that you can't do that and get stuff for it.
I'm
But
out.
you actually have to go out there and play the actual game and see how well he does. Let's see him literally beat the fucking shit out of you on the fucking thing and then see how well it works out.
I want to
for
see him play the 88 Detroit Pistons.
And see how well it works out for him.
Or the Bulls in
Little
the 90s.
baby.
Whoa.
Robbie says, who's making the final of the NBA? I don't know. People.
The
Oh
Heat.
my God, her feet are freezing.
The Heat are going to play the Denver Nuggets.
Chris says, Travis, there is a tag team in Impact by the name of the Good Hands. I want to see Good Hands versus Daddy Magic, Matt Menard, and Cool Hand, Angelo Parker, 80s wrestling right there.
That's funny.
People's like, Kareem held that scoring record for almost 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, until they changed how they played the game, and then all of a sudden these guys are like, look how much better I am than everybody
Yeah, it's
else.
easy to win the games when
Nobody
they don't play
foul
defense.
You can't get, nothing happens to you. What's he chilling on?
It's a piece of carpet. No.
Do you want the fire? Because we know you can't handle the smoke. Martha in the chat. Hey, Martha, says French fries. Wait, what? What? Wait, French
Freedom
what?
fries.
Pico's like, it's already pretty much settled, Ravi. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, look, qualifying matches.
Yeah, qualifying matches.
Somebody in our chat
They
wanted
begin
those.
next Monday, everybody. After the whatchamacallit pay-per-view. We also have the same thing with the NFL and QBs.
Yeah, it's a completely different game for the offenses in the NFL. And then they're like, hey, Dan Marino's 48 touchdowns in 1983 finally got broke, and now it gets broke every year.
Yeah, because they were like, well, we have to just make sure everybody has the ability to participate. We have to make it easy for them because they really suck. Hey, stop that. Yeah, no. Be good. Just be good. Why do you have to be such a jerk? Yeah. Hi.
It's fine.
No.
Wow. Oh my God.
I know. You gonna cry? Wanna go tell the ref? LeBron James. Baby. Robbie's like, so who's winning that new belt?
Probably Seth. Although it looks like they were kind of setting it up for Seth to wrestle Roman, as he was talking shit about Roman.
Yeah, who knows? They're on SmackDown, aren't they? No, Raw. Never mind. They're on Raw. Becky and Seth.
Yeah, they're Raw guys.
Oh my gosh.
Why are the stakes high tonight? I feel like there's no stakes at all in this, man. It's just a 6-man
Why are
tag
they
team
high?
match.
There's nothing going on here.
There's no
This is
belts on the
weird.
line. There's nothing. I mean, the only thing you're hoping against is injury.
Because this is what I mean. No one in history has ever come back from a 3-0 deficit, and both Boston and LA are down 3-0.
I know.
What? Why?
I would like
What?
to see
No.
Boston come back, though. I just don't think they can. It's hard to win
Listen?
4 games in a row
Do you wanna
against any
listen to
team.
wrestling? Oh, it's so exciting. Why are you being a freak?
Definitely a hard
You
one.
gonna poop your pants?
Any team, and it really doesn't matter.
Are you
Like,
gonna poop your pants?
the Lakers aren't going to beat the Jazz 4 times in a row or whatever. Oh, there's the layup. All right, let's go. Go.
The stakes would be on the line if KO and Sammy put titles on the line before pay-per-view. They used to do that, Chris says. And Pico is like, hey, doggo. Yeah. It's 20
Big
more
European
minutes.
uppercut
Don't
by
poop
Da
on the
Vinci
floor.
right onto Riddle.
Oh, for God's sakes. I don't know if I'll make it 20 more minutes.
Oh, it's just 20 minutes.
Robbie says, so Seth winning a consolation prize.
He basically,
Participation trophies.
he's trying to make it relevant, which is even funnier how he talks. Like, well, this way it can be defended a lot, and Roman doesn't hold it hostage.
Right. No holding it hostage.
Whoa, inside.
Mm-hmm.
Foul, Denver. They're going to hit 100 here. They're going to hit 100 here.
Who is Denver is?
Yeah. I think they're at 99. Maybe that's
They're
96.
at 96. Chris says now we have participation trophy Shotzi on Raw as well. Yeah. Oh no! I think Riddle's knee is broken. Oh,
Gunther
gosh.
with the big chop. Riddle's dead.
I was like, elbow and uppercut is the same in any country, townhouse, street town. Okay.
It's a European uppercut. It's a forearm. A normal uppercut's with a fist.
Yeah. So it's completely different. Which part of it did they say do not attempt on, I wonder? It's kind of a weird thing to say.
You shouldn't cheers bottles together because they could break. And you might drink glass.
Oh, is that how it is?
I don't know.
Oh, gosh.
They probably don't want you to be in public together without a mask on.
Do not attempt.
I bought a Sega Genesis from a guy the other day, and he wore a mask, and it was pretty creepy.
So weird.
But he was he looked like he could definitely be a type 1 diabetic
Yeah.
or a type 2.
A possibility. Masking gonna save you from anything.
He was
you can
definitely
get with that,
smuggling
buddy.
diabetes.
He was definitely smuggling diabetes.
He had it on him somewhere.
He had the diabetes. Leopold, what are you doing?
Nothing? Why? What's up?
Robbie's like, do you ever have the ads, don't try this at home? Do we ever have the ads that say don't try this at home? Well, that one said do not attempt. I guess you're not supposed to attempt making your own corn tortillas, I guess.
Yeah, maybe deep frying.
They're
them.
like, do not for the life of you, buy corn, soak it,
Grind
grind it, pat it like patty cake. Mark it with a B.
Oh, Lord. And then eat it in
Put it on
hot
a
oil.
hot plate.
Anthony Davis nails the two.
Chris says, Travis, do you watch like some Twitch streamers? Sorry, I don't want to promote other channels. That's why I'm asking
Nope,
you
never.
first if you watch.
I've never been on Twitch other than when we got banned from here.
Yeah.
And then I had to live stream on Twitch.
Yeah.
The Joker's going to take AD to the hoop. Look at that. Woo.
The fuck?
But AD blocked it.
She has fucking shells and cheese in her fanny pack.
Who wouldn't? You wouldn't do that?
It's weird. It's a little awkward.
A little strange.
It's a little. How do you keep it warm? Is it cold? That's kind of gross.
Maybe it's an insulated one.
Maybe. I guess it could be, but still, it's kind of weird. Oh my god! For the love of Pete,
Definitely
Raw.
got to tune in tomorrow night and watch some of this.
I don't think I'm going to. I'm gonna pass.
Tiffany Stratton.
Hey, they finally made it back to the wrestling part.
Oh, look at this. Riddle trying to get a tag, but he can't do it.
People are doing things on
Still
there.
trying to get a tag, but he can't do it. Sam, he's got his arm bent.
Oh no.
So weird.
You can't get to my arm. I don't know why you can't. So strange. Why can't you make it over here? Like, seriously, bitch? Seriously, bitch?
All right. Riddle, head driven into the corner. Look at the quick tags by Imperium. This is a well-oiled unit. Well-oiled machine. Machine. Look at that. The Ring General just kicked Kevin Owens right in the face. Is Shaq the greatest center in Lakers history?
Is it?
No, Lou Alcindor is.
That's good.
Oh, Kaiser out to the floor. Gunther. Look at that. Nobody was home. Big boot. Lariat. 1, 2, 3. No! Riddle kicks out. There's Trish Stratus somewhere barking.
Yeah. She's outside our house. It's creepy.
Oh, did you see that it was out of stock?
What is it?
One of our reorders. I forgot about that.
Which one?
I don't know. I haven't looked. It just said one of our reorders is out of stock.
I don't know.
Cool.
Pico says the series is at least worth watching.
What kind of series? The basketball.
Chris says, oh, it's because the other day on Twitch, the streamer had invited his subscribers over for a house party and they knocked on the other streamer's door. He basically came out and KO'd them. It was funny. Ravi says, oh, did you think this match was pointless? And people was like, the Heat Celtics one is atrocious as fuck.
I felt
Ravi
like the
says,
Celtics were going to win that, too. You know, the Heat are at 8th seed.
Oh, wow. Ravi says to Shaq, yeah, I think he probably is.
You think he's better than Lou Alcindor? That's a hard one for me to swallow. Those 80s Laker teams were dominant.
Right?
Whoa! Drop kick. He didn't even fall.
Well, he wasn't supposed to until then.
Now he fell. All the
Now
way down
he
to the
fell.
ground. Kevin Owens is deep trouble. Better go to a commercial.
They better go to a commercial. Thank you. Commercial.
12 minutes. What team did Wilt Chamberlain play for? Was he a Laker too?
I don't know. Somebody
taking
in
a
your
nap.
chat might have to answer it. I don't know the answer to that. I never watched stupid
Alexa,
basketball.
what team did Wilt Chamberlain play for?
Wilt Chamberlain played for the Philadelphia Warriors, the San Francisco Warriors, the Philadelphia 76ers, and the Los Angeles Lakers in his career.
I figured he was a Laker, but I think he was dominant in those other ones. You know, they didn't even have cameras at the games back in those days. Like, that's how they played game. Like, so his 100-point game, nobody actually saw it. Even though
Except for the people that were there.
Yeah, and there's over like 8 million people in attendance because so many people were there.
Robbie says, I guess you do think the match was pointless. Pico says, well, it was a Warrior, Sixer, and a Laker. That's what she said.
I beat Atlanta today.
What's that?
I beat Atlanta today. I played one game today.
Oh, yeah?
And I beat them by 98 points.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was like 68 to 166. I was trying to get to 100. I got to 99, and then there was only 1 second left. And
Oh, man.
I had fouled them or whatever, and they shot 2 free throws. I was playing like I was down, and I was trying to cut,
That's funny.
because I was trying to win by 100. Usually, I don't usually lose, but they were a shitty team in the 90s. Because I took Dikembe Mutombo from them.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did he go like this to people?
Oh, he does. Every time he does a block. Sometimes I'm losing by like 10, and he like does that. And I'm like, dude, we're losing.
He's like, so?
You don't
So
finger
mock
wag.
people. Robbie says, LOL, that's what you said. Oh, I didn't say it. The machine thingy over there said it. Voldemort. Oh, God. What is wrong with this shirt? Is he say Dad? Give me some advice? Is that what
Maybe.
he said?
I don't know. I was watching the game. Got ourselves a game. He's just letting the ball roll so the clock doesn't run, which is just dumb. Wide open. Good boy. Take it in. They're calling that a charge. Ouch.
Weird.
Was it LeBron? That's why.
Of course they were. They're like, how dare you hurt me? How dare you get in the way?
Look at his flop.
He's like, I fell down. I fell down. What a weirdo.
What a main event we're witnessing here on Raw. Kevin Owens is in there with Da Vinci. He tags in Gunther's other guy.
Oh, God.
Can never think of it. Kaiser. And Sami Zayn comes in. Throws him into the ropes.
Robbie says
Kaiser up and down.
2 + 2 is 4 - 1 is 3. Quick maths. Pico says, back in my high school years, I was a huge fan of the Sonics.
Oh, Gary Payton. The Rain Man, Sean Kemp. Did they have Ray Allen, too? I can't remember. Didn't Ray Allen play up there also? They don't even exist anymore. The Sonics.
Ooh, yeah.
They got moved, I think, New Orleans. Or maybe it was whoever the Thunder is. Oklahoma City. That's what it is. Lakers tied it!
Oh, Sammy's
After
trying
2
to get...
terrible calls.
Sammy's like, I'll get you, Gunther.
Look at that. 1, 2. And Da Vinci. Da Vinci and Dominic need to go bye-bye. Whoa. Into the corner.
He just saved
Kicks it.
Gunther. Why do we want him to go bye-bye?
I meant like bye, like out of the company. Da Vinci and Dominic.
Pico says, I bet you remember the Stockton versus Gary Payton rivalry back in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
Logan Sykes in the chat. Hey, Logan says,
Logan.
do you know what the QR code behind Adam Pearce was about? I do not, actually.
The what?
QR code behind Adam
Oh,
Pearce
no, I
earlier.
didn't see it. Are we
Pico
doing the
says, yes,
QR
he
codes
did. I
again?
have his Sonics jersey. And Pico's like, Oklahoma City in 2008.
You know, when they went, they didn't take any of their history, so they didn't get championships and all that stuff. So
Right.
if the Sonics, or if Seattle gets a basketball team, they will call it the Sonics,
I hope we're
and then
not
they will
Sam's
get their
broken.
history. Huh?
Right?
And more Da Vinci. Oh, Bexploder! A Lula kick! Sammy does nothing the whole fucking matches, and then he does this crap at the end.
Right? Gunther
Good
got
boy,
his like,
Gunther.
oh, and got kicked by KO. Oh my God, how dare he?
Gunther's done.
They're like, oh, throw him over there.
The tough guy's done.
Riddle's like, we got him.
Leonardo DiCaprio here is going to get Hilula kicked right here. That's a no sell by Sammy. Kevin going up top. Let it rain. Fat man in a little ring. Drops it down. 1, 2, 3. Sammy, Kevin Owens, and Riddle with the dub.
Robbie says, what does a ginger do when he wants to high five a friend? He claps. Oh my God, Robbie's so funny.
It's hilarious. Because he doesn't have any.
Because he has no soul. Like, you have friends if you don't have a soul. Just kidding. I have no idea.
Anthony Davis with a 3-point foul. That's a terrible, terrible, terrible play. Oh,
Yeah,
LeBron's-
LeBron, you should yell and scream at him for it. He's like, my knee. He's like, my knee. I can't do anything. My knee.
Oh, he did run in, didn't he?
Oh, my God.
He's such a pussy.
Seriously. Oh my God. Jesus Christ almighty. It's like, oh, my knee. Jesus Christ.
Well, there's still 5 minutes left in this. 4 minutes now. So we could see some Paul
What are they
Heyman.
doing?
Maybe a Solo Sequoia. Maybe an Uso Penitentiary.
Ugh, Robbie says, do you found it funny? Yeah, because that's a ginger.
It's Sheamus.
Let it rain! Good job. Did you even make that?
Yeah.
It looked like it didn't even
Yeah.
go into the net at all. Like, it just went, foop.
The net's all stiff. It's a stiffy. Hilarious.
Pico's like, let me flip back. Yeah, flip back. Got
Another
another one.
You got all 3.
Good for him.
As he should. This is the playoffs. Why are both teams doing the same shit? You
I
think
don't
you'd want the clock to
know.
run?
I don't know. Dumbass is being a weirdo. What is wrong with him?
He's went full retard.
He's like, I think I'm so tough and cool. Oh, we have to. Oh, great. We're going to talk with him. That's great.
Denver with the rebound. Push it down. Score here, and you got a 5-point lead. Oh, Triple H. Oh, great. Triple H is like, I haven't been on TV for a minute. I need to be on TV. They did it. They fouled them again. 3-point line.
He's like, yeah.
Maybe. No. Maybe he traveled. So they're not going to do the match?
So weird.
Wide open. The Lakers are just trying to bomb it from outside instead of just giving it to their stars and getting a layup.
Mm.
There it is. 5-point lead.
I like takes work, though. Yeah, don't have to prove anything.
Come on, Cody. Just quit.
I've never seen it before. It was
How
weird.
has this only been 2 minutes?
I have no idea.
Wasn't quite a year.
Like, you're out of your life. I was like, oh, so Cody, great return for him. Yeah, totally. I don't know what's happening, but it's weird.
What would Vince do?
Oh, wait. No. Pickle's like, wow, the jerking off in this segment. Yeah, it's weird. I don't understand it at all.
Cody's going to wrestle. It's happening. Triple H isn't
He's
going to pull
going
in.
to Night of Champions
No, he's sitting back down.
with his broken arm.
So is it still happening? I guess.
Oh, God knows. For God's sake.
It's still happening.
We don't know what's happening.
It's going to happen.
Something's happening, but nothing's happening all at the same time.
Escape from Alaska.
Escape from Alaska's happening.
That's what Cody needs to do.
All right, everybody. That's the end of Raw tonight. The last thing that happened was Triple H came in and talked with
Oh,
Cody.
shit. That was terrible.
And that was the end of it.
So it's still a 5-point
We
game.
don't know what's really happening with that because we aren't sure if Cody really has a broken arm or if he really is going to fight Brock at Night of Champions.
LeBron with a
They didn't
layup.
give us a real big thing with that. So
3-point game.
we'll have to find out more at Night of Champions. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight on Raw. We'll be back again on Wednesday for AEW Dynamite.
All right. Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. Make sure you tune into the Lakers-Denver game. It's a 3-point game. Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. Bye-bye.